This was streamed live on my channel 2 months before the Sneako video dropped. We talk about many things, Sneako being one of them, Hong Kong videos being another. So please enjoy a sneak peek into the mind of Gokanaru.
It's kind of a banger.
Gokanaru, he's Goku plus Naruto. Where can I go without Goku Naruto? Two of the coolest anime characters that you could ever see combined. It's like they had a baby, and the baby was cooler than space and time. Goku Naruto, Nuturu, Gaduru, Alad. Sorry, I'm having a stroke. I hope you enjoyed my song.
Honestly, that was excellent.
Today's guest is the critically acclaimed YouTuber Gokanaru.
Sapple, I'm stuck in a cave and I'm scared. Hi, I am happy to be here.
There's lots to talk about. Lots of things happened in the world of Gokanaru and YouTube, and we'll be on the server. So if anyone wants to join, the IP is.
Yo, people can join? That's sick.
Yeah, this is a public server. It's been up for 2 years with no map resets. I see him right here. Hey.
I was born with a dick in my brain, fucked in the head.
That's the Goka flow. Oh, you can take the food in here, by the way.
Thank you.
Here's more food.
Yeah, do you know Turkey Tom's my cousin, bro?
Oh, yeah, let's set the record straight here. I know for a while, Tom was saying that you're Jewish. Is this true?
Bro, I'm not, like... Tom's my cousin and stuff, and, like, him leaking information like that, again, whether it's true or not, it's just fucked up, so I'm just gonna abstain from answering. Yeah, but Tom's my cousin, so I find it weird when he says shit like that, because it's like kind of like, he looks like he's Italian and stuff, but I don't know, I shouldn't even say, but like, yeah. I don't know.
Is he an imposter? Is he sus?
Let's just put it like this. The side of the family that would be, you know, Jewish, I mean, it's probably his, I don't know. But either way, it doesn't fucking matter.
What's some insider cousin knowledge that you have about him? You know, since he's been spreading these words about you, you got a retaliation you wanna bring up?
Yeah. When he was 7, he molested my cat.
Is there video evidence?
No.
Okay.
There's pictures though.
Okay, those will be on your Patreon, right?
Yeah. Here, I'll link you my Facebook, my private Facebook. Just show the chat. I rarely met up with Tom growing up or whatever, but
Estranged.
like, it's not a matter of estranged or anything, but it's like, you know when like families stop talking to each other, not for any real reason, but just because like they never really gave a fuck about each other beyond just like the obligation of blood. Yeah. Kind of like that.
I see. So it's just kind of like just complete neutral on both sides kind of thing.
Well, like, let's put it this way, you know, when like every like Christmas you meet up or something at like a grandparent's place. Well, when the grandparent dies, you know if like a family relationship is real if they like keep meeting up, you know? And we did not.
I see it. For people who might be watching this and not know who Gokanaru is, it's been a year since the last upload. How would you describe yourself to someone like that?
Wait, sorry, like a total person who knows nothing about me?
No, just somebody who's like maybe like aware of the drama scene, but like, because I'm guessing that's probably someone who would click on this, but someone who isn't like in the know about like stuff that happened like I said, like 4 years ago now.
All right, I mean, pretty simply, I'm the guy who made the, I guess the biggest or one of the bigger exposed. I just like to fuck around, you know? I'm just a little goofball. And even though those are the 2 instances where I kind of was serious, you know what I mean? Like I uploaded videos that were more serious. In general, I prefer to make shit that's like much lower stakes, much less like, you know, fucking cinematic, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I like to think of myself as a dude who's just like very interested in like fucking what's funny, what makes someone give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like how can you like manipulate people as best as you fucking possibly can and make them do exactly what you want, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think Gokanaru fell off? Here's this. Gokanaru, do you think you fell off?
Look, when I answer questions like this, I prefer if I look the person directly in the eye. Could you pull up the Discord real quick?
This is Gokanaru's setup.
Hey guys. So yeah, I mean, I like to fuck around. I get myself into precarious positions sometimes because of that. But you know, overall, I'm happy. I like I like where my life is at right now. I'm feeling pretty blessed. You know, it's nice when you start from the bottom because you get to really feel like the level up. You ever played Doge Miner or like Cookie Clicker?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the entire thing with that game is you start at nothing and then it's like you just see numbers, big numbers on screen. It's like whoa, and then you're like flying to the moon and shit. So we're gonna, you know, right now I'd like to think that we're at 0 Doge clicks, 0 cookies. But yeah, we're gonna change that. This is my home, by the way. How do you feel about that?
Is that a garbage can holding up your desk?
Let me just see. Sorry, that's actually the fridge.
So, is this the same place that you did those last two streams, the torture streams? Is this the same location?
Yeah, well, I haven't been unshackled.
Oh shit. So they went and they added like walls to it in that time?
Well, I've been slowly like I was saying, like I've been clicking cookies, and so like we're not technically, I guess, at the bottom right now, but
yeah.
We're like, as we speak, I'm basically slowly leveling up. You get what I mean? Yeah. Like we got like, instead of exposed concrete, we have insulation now.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping that after the Sneako video, it's like instantly in a mansion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instantly.
Gold-plated toilet seat.
At least like a toilet.
Is that hole that the
I'd rather not talk about that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. We could get back to Minecraft. My bad. I didn't mean to distract.
No, this is fine.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. So I'm glad to know that you haven't left since your stream yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah. I mean, glad is a bit of an interesting word, but yeah, I am still here, and I'm gonna be here for a while. I think that you know, I'm hoping to make it out before Christmas though, but we'll see.
I hope so too. Yeah, that it'll be nice to when you're free. You know, this is like a, you know, it's like a chastity belt or something. You know, you're limiting yourself so that it'll feel better later.
You call me a virgin, bro?
No, maybe like a. No, I don't know. I was just using it as a restraining thing, you know what I mean? As on not.
How do you feel about my posture? I think the first thing I would get is like a standing desk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Cause you got like I get that you got that like have you seen I actually don't know there's like one of those Frankenstein movies. You know they have always the Hunchback. You know. Or like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's the angle, but your like left shoulder seems a lot larger than your right. Are you?
I think it's the angle, yeah, but it's very uncomfortable either way. But,
I will say that your posture's still
I'm doing my best.
Mine. You don't slouch. You slouch forward. You don't like go backwards and like circle. You know, like I have it where I'll be.
Wait. What do you mean, like this?
Like I have to be far back, and then my ass is like as close to the computer as you could get it. You know. Like usually, yeah, like that, like kind of like that, and then I'm hunched forward anyways on top of that.
Like full-blown, like South Park guy who plays World of Warcraft. 25 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, that's like my default setting. I have to consciously fight that every time I sit at the computer.
That's hype.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no hate. As long as you're feeling healthy, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No.
What time did you wake up today?
Wait, I don't want to talk about that.
All right. Let's get back to Minecraft. Let's get to this.
Yeah. Wait, that's his actual setup. Well, you saw the man. You saw the man, Sal.
Yes, this is my actual setup. I don't know why people doubt that, but yeah.
My boyfriend's setup looks just like that. God damn. Looks like Gokanaru. You're not alone. Oh shit, dude! What the fuck happened?
I think I'm a relatable guy, man.
I log on and the goddamn wall is missing.
Oh, a creeper got us or something.
Holy shit, dude. We gotta fix this.
This might have been what I was doing while you were talking to me, distracted.
Yeah, it's all good. This is a diversion. You're trying to cause mischief. I see.
Yeah.
I'm on to you.
Yeah.
I'm on to you. Like, let's talk about what you're doing right now, like currently. What are your current activities? Since there are currently 0 main channel uploads and it's been a year. So what are you up to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna speak pretty bluntly because at this point, there's no real use in having mystery. I don't think, because there's not like enough people. I don't think paying attention to really warrant that. I don't know. Yeah. So basically, the plan was absolutely not to wait a year to upload. The plan was quite simply, the last time I uploaded, it was a video about YouTube. And yeah, I liked that video. I thought it was solid, but my idea was like, after that video, I want to come back with the next, video Vigilante, session 3. The one thing that I'm best known for, and that obviously, gets kind of the views and like whatever. It's just basically the only thing on my channel that's kind of in like a proven concept, I guess you could say, unless you count old Minecraft and Halo videos, which were total flukes. Like, they literally just got weird algorithmic bumps at like a year or 2 after they got uploaded. But yeah, so the plan was, bro, it makes me sick, but the plan was have, the 3rd session, whatever, uploaded fucking within 3 months of that last video. So it would basically be ready by the end of 2022. And that failed. And what ended up basically happening, the song which Sap was familiar with for the ending music video of the 3rd session, it was finished. That song was finished over a year ago. That's how ahead of the curve I was, and now we're very behind the curve. But I still think that the result is, very, very solid. To put it simply, it's very hard to replicate my main channel videos, because I basically I kind of always shoot them in different locations, not even because I want to necessarily. It's just I don't have a static place to record stuff really, or a static setup. Anyway, and so the combination of basically wanting to do something creative and that is truly a level up for me, you know what I mean? This is with the Vigilante series, my goal, if I'm gonna justify making quote unquote hit pieces, I want it to be, number one, valuable to the people watching it. They can gain something from it besides oh, this guy sucks. You know what I mean? Number two, I want to personally evolve. I want to literally be a better, more fucking professional or more talented, video creator by the end of it. Basically I want, and of course I want to make money and get views, but those, I don't want those to be the only things that dictate what I fucking am making a more fucking artistic fucking project over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what happened, long story short, I wrote a script. The script got outdated really quickly because the subject of the video, Sneako, the guy was he was literally going a mile a minute, bro. The guy, when I fucking was first writing the script for this video, the guy, he was basically just on the entertain wave in the sense of he was just hating on women. And then he very quickly started talking to Fuentes, and then eventually we were just at this point where the guy's a fucking flat earther. He's literally attending neo-Nazi rallies. You know what I mean? And speaking after Fuentes, saying he's going to be the president, and talking about how gay marriage is completely degenerate, and that's where the fall of the Western Empire began, and it's also why the Roman Empire fell, was because of gayness. And so I realized holy fuck, this is a big opportunity for me, because number one, he's covering so much ground that it's I would probably never really be able to cover this ground by talking about a person, you know what I mean? At least in my opinion, just because if I'm gonna, you know, have all these opinions, I was thinking like I would just love to make this all one video, like just a fucking big video that covers like 5 super big topics, you know what I mean? But I try and do it in the most efficient way possible so it doesn't come off cringe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I just like unprompted just started lecturing people about like, yeah, being gay doesn't really like, it doesn't fucking affect, you know, the society that way or whatever. Or if I just started a video saying like, yeah, anti-Semitism's for dumbasses. Or if I just had a full video that was like, yeah, guys, disrespecting women is bad. The target demographic of Sneako is not gonna fucking give a shit about that. They're gonna think I'm cringe or like a loser or whatever. And so I realized basically if I'm gonna be trying to target his audience, which was what I did with the H3 video, you know what I mean? Like when I make these video vigilante videos, I want them to actually have an impact. Like I literally am not trying to preach to the choir, if that makes sense. Obviously at the time H3 was very well respected and I respected him. I was a fan and all that. When I made the Mumkey Jones video, I was genuinely disappointed because he did not come back, you know what I mean? Like I failed. And so yeah, sorry?
Just follow me. I'm leading you to the hub.
Oh my goodness, I fell. Anyway, let me know. Feel free to ask questions if I'm.
Oh yeah,
like,
no.
not...
Honestly, I like the rambling. So honestly, just keep rambling. That's the whole point of this. So just keep talking.
Okay.
I'll let you know if I feel like you're going off something that's not that interesting or something.
Yep,
like that.
sounds good.
This is all
sounds
cool
good.
to me. Like we're getting lore here. I was also sad that like Mumkey Jones did not fall back on after he like fell on for a little bit and then fell back off. He just gave up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't fucking fully blame him. Like, I mean, look, that's pretty like a lot of momentum to lose. You know what I mean? And obviously, it due to his own decisions and like also probably, you know, accumulating effect of like how this shit affected his psyche. He kind of had like his own fucked up arc that went on, which honestly is very common for people who get banned. Like it's really just observably kind of true that like when people get banned, they fucking spiral, bro. Like if we're talking, you know,
that's actually
like Sneako, I mean his spiral to me was pretty obvious. Like
Sneako,
again,
Leafy.
Even Sam Hyde, bro, like you know, he kind of spiraled. Even
I feel like he was already he got banned because he was already fucking off his rocker.
Yeah, but like he wasn't at that point. He wasn't, you know. Actually, no, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, I think, but like, I don't know. It did contributed. I think.
Oh, dude,
I'm
food.
starving. Yeah, facts.
That's why you were like sprint jumping, but you weren't sprinting, so you're just hopping around. Here's a tip for this version: don't run, just walk everywhere. It'll save you a lot.
Yeah, got you. I'm sorry. I'm just
Spawn City, by the way.
I'm not like a total Minecraft noob, but I am.
It's all good.
I am very much just fucking.
You're busy,
like, focusing.
dude. You've been busy editing. You forgot everything except editing and what Sneako clips have been in your brain. You've replaced all possible knowledge with just Sneako videos.
Well, that's like the tragic thing is like I'm such a fucking idiot. Like, oh man, the amount of fucking place. Not just Sneako, to be clear, but like just these guys in general, like the circle that Sneako's in, the amount of places, like the amount of information that these guys occupy in my brain is like kind of yeah, that shit's got to be purged. But I'll say I'm fortunate in the sense of like this isn't just pure brain rot. Like I don't know, people who cover and do like deep dive videos about lolcow type people, I don't know how their fucking brains just don't fall out of their heads. At least for me, at least.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like I would rather well, I shouldn't say that, but I'd rather eat raw fucking cow carcass than watch a 4-hour video on Boogie 2988's, you know, downfall or whatever.
Well, I will say that I think the Chris Chan stuff is good. I like the Chris Chan videos.
Yeah.
There's an appeal to it, but I think it's overdone because like with Chris Chan, it's the perfect line of like criminally insane person and like just interesting like it's just like crazy because it was like a first unique and interesting, all that stuff. Okay, so you feel free to build yourself like a little house up here. There's some trees over there. I'm just kind of repairing this place because it looks like it got bombed. So yeah,
it does look like Gaza right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it did get bombed. Actually, that's why. But
Oh really? Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
so I think people are getting a little confused about what like what you plan to do, because I got someone saying like, wait, Gokanaru edits Sneako videos.
Shit.
So let's like said, what exactly is this that you're making? It is what
Yeah,
is
I'm
it?
making a fucking video vigilante video about Sneako.
And then for someone who doesn't know what a video vigilante is, what is
yeah,
that?
I'm making like a comprehensive, but like I'd like to think, you know, really efficient kind of criticism video about Sneako, both clowning on him, both literally like kind of overtly egging him on in the sense of like, not shying away from like whatever the fuck happens afterward. Like I'm just very, I'm very much just trying to make the best video that exists about Sneako in a way where like his fans can watch it and be like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
maybe this guy makes a point that I agree with, you know what I mean? Like, maybe this is legit, which I think is probably going to be difficult. Like, there's probably a lot of cope. I mean, there's definitely a lot of cope involved in like the kind of ideas that Sneako's adopted, but whatever. I'm just trying my best. In worst case, I'm hoping that there's something to fucking learn from it, because yeah, it would be a bit of a waste of time to me if nobody learns anything from it.
Yeah, it's funny. Someone just says Salute just says, please don't make the video more than an hour. I mean, my God, some video analysis are like 4 hours long.
I think that every single minute that I include will be 100% warranted, and like I've already cut a lot of fat, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so
for the record, I have seen this video, so it is real. That's
yeah, it's real, and Sapo helped me edit a part
yeah,
of it.
that's true. I have a segment in it.
Yeah,
dream
there's a
sequence.
funny skit that Saplo edited. Why are y'all in such an ancient version? I had to use a different launcher to get it to run.
All right,
Felix.
well, this is my time. It's a shine. I get to explain the lore of this server again. It's because
yeah.
I run a Minecraft server. This server is mine, and I run it on old versions, and it's been updating from old versions. Every once in a while, we update to a new version, and we keep
shit.
the same map. And it's been 2 years. We started the server on Alpha, the oldest version of Alpha that you can play Minecraft on, and then we've updated slowly from all the way to now. So we've been on every version, and that's why the terrain is kind of a little wonky if you look at it. That's just the concept of the server, and that's why it's on such an old version. In fact,
yeah.
it would have been on an even older version if I had been slower at updating or something. I don't know. That's pretty sick. I used to run Goka's server. I know. I actually was inquiring about the server yesterday, and then somebody told me they haven't seen you in like 6 months, and then here you are. So that's happening.
Here we go, Felix. You've caught us on a good night, my friend. Okay. My posture is so bad. Holy shit, it hurts. The big thing though that I was kind of, I guess, getting at is like, so I'm look, okay, all right. I kind of had a bit of a moment where I realized I kind of understood this years ago, but I've come to really consciously accept it. I have a really fucking hard head. Like, it's actually very hard in real life. Like it's been hit, it's been bounced off of things, and from what I'm aware, I don't think I have gotten any concussions yet. But beyond that, I literally am just like a very stubborn person when it relates to, I guess, my fucking passion or whatever. So in life, I really don't give a fuck about really anything. Like I'll be a pretty, I would even say like not very egotistical person at all, in the sense of like just being like very go with the flow and chill. But I've realized like when it comes to like YouTube and specifically, trying to make dope videos, this is like the one fucking domain where it's like I feel like this weird drive to impose my will, You know what I mean? Like to basically like to create shit that is like transformative, that like makes people very either impressed or like changes something that they think. You know what I mean? Like this is like my fucking avenue. This is like my calling for having like a slight influence on the world. You know what I mean? And so when I made this video Vigilante series, I fucking had a gut feeling while I was making it. I literally made it in like 2 months or something, which thinking back is kind of crazy. And it was the most feverish, like aggressively fucking like paranoid, like it was like a very high energy 2 months, like non-stop, just fucking non-stop thinking about it, absolutely like a possession, bro, like almost a demonic possession. And that video helped me realize, like, okay, there's something here. Like the video itself was not perfect. Even I knew that the second it was released. I was like, yeah, that was not perfect. But I knew that there was something with that, like it resonated basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it
clearly.
definitely. You hit the like cultural zeitgeist in the right way.
Yes, which was fucking insane, because I literally had at most 200 active viewers, despite doing YouTube for like fucking I think at that point about 6 or maybe 8 years. So I think 8 years at that point. And so for me to go from basically again like 0 audience to 1.4 million views and like literally a ton of big ass YouTubers are talking to me, following me, all this shit, I knew that there was some kind of fucking magic or something going on there. It couldn't just be like, oh, my points against H3 were amazing or whatever. Yeah, the timing was good, yes, et cetera, et cetera.
But
like,
also the presentation was what really sold it, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like I was convinced. I honestly was convinced that my points were not even great, but it was like the way that I presented it just really helped the resonance. You know what I mean? Like it made it hit harder. And so that's kind of when I realized, like, fuck, I might actually have like a talent for this, like a real talent, because I had never, even though I was very kind of invested in the commentary community, I had never tried to be a criticism-based commentator at all. Like, I really never was. I literally did No Stupid Questions for fucking like 7 years before that. And that was like my main form of commentary. I would do like storytime videos. It was always just like intended to be like funny shit, you know what I mean? And then my one video that, I would literally say one video that was meant to be like a serious kind of criticism video, first time ever, it fucking worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, God damn, there might be some real potential here. And anyway, sorry, I don't know. Were you gonna say something there?
No, I just agree. I think your analysis of it is accurate at the very least. Like perfect video. I think Pyro Chad says Goka dropped the perfect video at the perfect time. 2018 was when I at least started noticing a surge in long form content. But yeah, I think that, and it was just like it was the perfect mix of what the commentary, like what it like OG, like honestly what you did to H3, I feel like with that video is almost the same thing that like happened to Idubbbz with the Sam Hyde doc, where you co-opted almost like the people who used to like Leafy, right? Used to like H3, you know?
Yeah. I won't cap though. I did get a fuck ton of just straight up anti-Semites, like like people who didn't like H3 to begin with. This is kind of why I am so I wouldn't even say like disgusted, but this is why I'm like so just uninterested by like anti-Semitism or like anti-Semites today, is because when I was 20, I think, and when I, or 19, I'm not sure, when I uploaded the H3 video, I didn't know what to do exactly, because I wasn't really for censoring comments. You know what I mean? I just figured like whatever, people will say whatever the fuck they want. But I was like actually shocked. I was like, holy fuck, there's like a lot of anti-Semitic shit in here. And I didn't censor it or anything, because again, like I just on principle I was like whatever. But it basically forced me to face like, wow, this is like a degenerate way or reason to like criticize someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with like calling Ela a horse and shit like that. I was just like, man, this is like fucking degenerate shit. And so yeah, I don't know, basically what I'm saying is like from an early age, like I got kind of exposed to this anti-Semitism, and it kind of allowed me to it forced me to confront fucking like what my own opinion is on it. And of course there's like a lot of low blows that I could have included in that video. Like obviously, like I think it was, yeah, the horse, like calling Ela a horse, or like I could have even made like a joke about him being Jewish or whatever, but I chose not to.
That was probably a good call.
Yeah, well, it was also like, it would have, to me, it would have just made my criticism like way less legit. Like it's like kind of cheap or whatever. But yeah, it's also just like stupid to be anti-Semitic in my opinion. But yeah, the point that I was getting across though with that is like I learned a fuck ton from that video basically. And so when I went to go do the mumkey video, my mind, I was thinking to myself like, man, I got this fucking, maybe I have some magic in me, bro. So maybe if I can channel this energy, you know, for something that's fucking like
positive,
kind of more overtly positive or whatever, like I'm defending a guy instead of fucking tearing him down.
Oh, welcome Daisy, as well. Lots of the Gokanaru stream viewers in here.
Oh, hi. Hell yeah. Yeah. If I can, basically I was just thinking like, yeah, if I can fucking take this magic or whatever, or this formula at least, and then just apply it to like trying to help someone, maybe that'd be like a cool, maybe it would work basically. Anyway, it didn't fucking work. I was naive, I guess.
I think it could have worked, but mumkey didn't continue, you know. Mumkey gave up, I feel like he went from I'm gonna make fun, entertaining, edgy content to I'm going to make movie reviews about like movies about monkeys, and that's going to be my new content. And this is the highly demanded, sought after content that people want from Monkey Jones. It's like
understood. But like in terms of my goal is literally to get his YouTube channel back, which is very delusional.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, very delusional goal, but like I think that I'm pretty sure that in order to actually have any, you know, kind of meaningful impact on the world, you have to be a little bit delusional, especially if you're starting from a place, with like no power, you know what I mean?
It's definitely worth the shot, you know.
Well, that's what I'd like to think, yeah, but like it's easy to say it's worth the shot, but when it really starts to like negatively impact your life, and you start to realize like, man, I'm really just like giving up my youth for this shit, that's when it becomes more of like, is this what I want? You know what I mean? And for me, so far, the answer has been yeah. I guess I'm willing to sacrifice my life for this shit, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. Why? Do you ever think about that shit, like in an existential sense, where it's like,
oh, like I'm editing a video and it's been like 60 hours, and I'm thinking, man, why? Like I could be outside right now. I think that, and then I remember that I wouldn't go outside anyways.
Awesome. No, that's good.
I do actually though, a little bit. I think it like I remember when what is it? I think when I took a crack at editing that video that you and J-Reg did together, and then you're talking about like obsessing over a past moment. That might have been my awakening. I went like, oh my goodness, what am I doing?
Oh really?
A little bit, yeah. I was just like, huh, that's true. It's just like over obsessing about stuff in the past that has already happened instead of like making new experiences. But at the same time, like, I think if the end product is like something that I would watch casually in my own free time, it's worth it for me, because I've always wanted to make like something that like impacts somebody emotionally, you know, I really like it. I don't even really like, I like the Idubbbz commentary videos, because like those were hype, you know, that got me hyped. Then there's like just like a good movie or something that either gets me hyped, gets me sad, makes me happy, like something that's like really, really, really cool, you know? And I think if I was, even if it took like 100 hours, and when I'm done and I watch it and it's able to make somebody feel that thing, I think it would be worth it. Because when I watch something that I go, oh my god, this shit is fucking amazing, I'm like, if I can instill that into someone, that makes it all worth it. Like that's the only thing I've ever wanted to do since I was young. Like I think about I think I was 14 when I decided I wanted to like be a movie director, and like I haven't really thought of like myself being able to do anything else. Like I guess you could say I have a kind of like a low amount of interest in anything that isn't media related. So it is kind of like, yeah, but that is my life. That's the only thing that like I could see myself doing, that I would want to do. Like I haven't found something that like replaces that. So there sort of is that like, but here's this. When I for another project of yours, when I went through a bunch of information, I'm not gonna say what it is, but another project, and I did that for like 5 hours straight, like just I don't know why, and I just started like, you know, like getting all this information about this person, and that was like, I did it for 5 hours straight, and after that, maybe because I did it for 5 hours straight, but like I felt so shitty, like I felt so fucking disgusting, like I was going on like fucking kiwi farms and stuff looking for shit.
So I'll be straight up with you. I'll be straight up with you. I know exactly what you mean, and it's actually, I'm really glad that we work together, because we're both clearly driven by the same core desire, which is like, we're not just trying to make shit that's like gonna basically get money or views or whatever. Like we're trying to make shit that like impacts people, you know what I mean?
Like an emotion, like,
and it's like an egoic thing, like that's like kind of an expression of like ego or whatever. But like again, I feel like it's good to be conscious of when you're like egoically motivated, and I feel like that's like something where it's like, you know, that is a cool goal. Like it's worth it in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like
I would say even like that animation I did for the newest Gokanaru video. I felt like that's kind of almost like an ego moment there. I thought of it and I went, I have to make it. It has to.
I could tell. Yeah, that's why I was like, you should do it, because I had this feeling like you had a vision or some shit.
And that was one of those like spur of the moment. Like when I was done, like rewatching it now, I feel like it's a little lame, but like I'm watching it like when I finished it, and then I went and I was like, this is the best. I am God. That was what I was thinking. I was like, I am the best fucking guy.
Hell yeah.
In the world for making this.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. It was just, it's
no,
like
I know exactly. You feel like a fucking like an evil maniac. Like I know what you mean. Yeah. This is like
doing that. Making like an art piece, because I went like, this is when I feel like I make content. In this particular case, I made like art. I feel like, even now when I watch it now, I still think it's like it's an art thing. It's like a mini fight scene. I fucking love like anime and animation and stuff. So I was like, man, I did something that kind of like feels like what I love watching, you know. But like when I was like doing like doing that research for that project for you, I was thinking like, this is like soul draining in a completely different way, you know, like when you make like something where you're exploring like a creative like world or idea or story you want to tell, it's very different than like looking for like dirt on someone, or looking for like just like learning about somebody to the point that you're just like, why the fuck does this matter at all anymore? You know? It's like I do think it's a different kind of thing, because when you're done, it must feel even more amazing to be finished a video like that after you spend so much time just like literally like dying, you know. And then it's like when you're, you know, it's like huffing gasoline, you get like that extra cool buzz, but it's permanent damage.
I mean, I never felt good. I never really felt good about my H3 video, but I definitely was glad. I was happy with the benefits that it provided. You know what I mean? Like,
I see. Okay.
Like, and again, like I have obviously like it was a video I'm proud of to an extent, but it's like I never, like when I uploaded it, I felt guilty. Like I remember I felt like shit. But the point though, like, okay, I totally agree with what you're saying, by the way, where it's like when you spend a lot of time specifically looking for dirt on someone, you feel like a fucking parasite. You feel like a fucking leech, and you absolutely want to go outside and touch grass. And if you don't feel that way, you're a fucking suspect, bro. You probably, I don't know, I don't think I want to know you.
You're an active user of kiwi farms.
I won't cap, man. Like, it's not even a personal hatred or anything. It's just like a purely philosophic skepticism, because to me, again, the point of, or at least I want to orient my content around people becoming like the best versions of themselves. You know what I mean? And I feel like Kiwi Farms is almost a fixation on people, you know, like basically slightly, you know, it's almost just, again, I wouldn't say celebrating, but like there's clearly an incentive on there to just like get as much, you know, like basically to tear someone down as, you know what I mean, like to get as personal as possible, like like I don't know, like it's debatable though.
I think there's, what I was most shocked by when I actually like was using Kiwi Farms to try and find some shit was that it's not as organized as I thought it would be. I thought it would just be like a, you know, like a Wikipedia people submitted shit to, you know? But it's actually, it's like I was just going through people's like thread conversations looking for shit. Yeah. And I was just like, this is like, honestly, like if you were a user of the site in that way, almost like it's just a conversation and then you guys are talking to people who might, that I get that more than like somebody who goes through there to look for all of it, because you have to surf through like people just talking shit online, and it's like that's just shit talking online. But like someone who uses it as a resource to like, you know, I don't know, like just shit on someone even more, or, you know, like the people who go out of their way to do more than just like talk about it. It is weird. It is really like, it is gross. I don't know. And also, anyway, it's all unsubstantiated too. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah. I mean, this is like kind of this is where it's like you can say almost anything you want on YouTube. Like you can call someone a rapist, a pedophile. You can say all of these things, as long as you don't like position it in a way where it's like threatening. You know what I mean? Like you can say, you can call someone the worst thing ever, but like, you know, the second that you're like aggressive about it, then it's a problem. You know what I mean?
It's the emotion behind the words, not the words, almost. A lot of the time.
But yeah, to bring it back though, that sentiment that you're talking about, where it's like, I just feel like a gross person after spending all that time, you know, quote unquote researching, which is basically just digging into like the files on someone's life or whatever.
It's becoming an obsessed freak. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. It feels like your own soul is being corrupted. I'm very glad, I guess you could say, that I avoided that largely with basically, you know, the Sneako shit. Yeah. Where it's like, basically, I really did not consult any of these forums or whatever. Like I literally, it was just, I was watching his content and I was choosing criticisms like of the content, you know what I mean? But there was definitely some shit, like there's a part in the video about his relationships, and that was the one part where I was just like, I don't like this part. Like it feels weird, but the thing is that everyone I showed it to, every single person, they were like, no, that makes sense. That's like a good part. You know what I mean? They didn't even blink. But like to me, it's like, I don't like talking about people's relationships. I really don't. And like even when they make it super public online, like even we just uploaded a clip about Destiny's divorce, and I tried to like not make it too much like of like a parasocial thing, and to be more of like a fucking kind of like a slight analysis. You know what I mean? Because I just don't like content that's like, this person fucked up, this person bad or whatever, and then you don't really like take any core truths or learn anything from it. You know what I mean? Like just wallowing in another person's misery is like so it's boring, but it's also like, it is fucking gross to me. Like it's fucking just degenerate. Like again, like people use the word degenerate to describe a lot of things, but like, I don't know, man. There's I mean, I do think to an extent, like, you know, lolcow content is degenerate. I don't think people would really even disagree with that, but anyway, the point is like I view making these criticism videos as literally being in the fucking gulag. Like I really don't get a lot of pleasure from it. Though there are flashes that I get flashes of pleasure from it when I actually do a creative edit, you know what I mean, and I bring it together. And so one thing you'll notice, and obviously you helped me with this, was that in this, you know, Sneako video that I'm working on, and even again on the clips channel, like again the most recent Destiny clip, like you did a creative intro, you did the animation that like kind of makes it more, you know, worth it to me. In the Sneako video, you can tell that I'm like bored of Sneako by how many creative edits I'm adding. You know what I mean? Like I literally, bro, no joke, when I don't feel like editing, I almost have to add something creative to like motivate me to fucking feel any kind of a desire to finish it. It's very weird.
I think like when I watched your videos, like what made like you like my favorite YouTuber was because like the information, the substance is there, but the art is also there. Like other people, it's like with a lot of like other like video like essay type people, I guess, that started popping up, you know, after like years later. It's all just factual documentarian stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like what I really
it's like cut and dry. It's cut and dry.
Yeah. What I liked about your videos is that they had that artistic angle. Like there's a like when I watched Taxi Driver and I realized a lot of the skits from the first like the H3 video are just the movie Taxi Driver, I was like, that's fucking amazing. Like,
dude, okay, I'm glad.
That was like literally like I was like, that is the most hype shit ever. Like actually like I thought that was just so cool. I was just like, nobody does that. Nobody like tries to add that level of art to something that's kind of just like cancer, you know? and it's like that part matters so much more to me. Like visual presentation is so much more than like script writing. Like, for me, when I make a video, script is the hardest part to do because all I want to do is those cool edits, the fancy little like whatever.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah. Yeah, this was a problem I encountered with the Sneako video, where it's like, I told you that we got the fucking the music video, the song was completed over a year ago, and it was because writing the lyrics for the song and like working with the guy for the song, all that was like fun as fuck, and like writing the script of like criticizing this guy, it was just genuinely like off-putting to me, and so the script, I recorded it once, and the script was kind of shit, but also just I barely had a script. Like I literally was thinking in my head, like maybe I can just record this off the cuff, kind of like with a bunch of like vague ideas. Anyway, both those ideas and like the script itself, they became outdated basically, and so I needed to like re-record it, and that caused a lot of fucking delays, man. A lot of cope. Like I told you, there was a early cut of this video that was just total dog shit. Like I knew it was dog shit, and I just didn't know what to do to save it or whatever, and so I basically just had to re-record, and I managed to like implement it all in like a, you know, interesting way, but it's like there was a lot of fuck ups that I need to learn the hard way from, and so it really is. I'm very glad when you were saying like you learning that I was like, you know, heavily inspired by Taxi Driver. I like that fucking meta awareness too that I had in the first H3 video, where it's like, you know, and I usually don't try to talk about, you know, the fucking hidden thoughts behind my edits and whatever, but like with that video, I just view it as fuck it. Like it's literally you realize nobody can watch the skits really on YouTube. Like the versions on YouTube are like stripped of all like the magic, in my opinion. And so yeah, basically like when at the end of that video, it like, you know, I'm like, your time's up or whatever with the, like that was inspired by Dunkirk, that edit. I remember
with the clock, like the sound.
Yeah, exactly, with the ticking. I remember I watched Dunkirk, and I didn't even like that movie like too much, but there was a point toward the end where I didn't even realize that there was a clock ticking until it stopped ticking, and I just had a moment where I was like, that's fucking genius. Obviously the ticking was very obvious in the H3 video, but like when it stops and then I drop that like closing line, I think that it left like a heavy resonance. You know what I mean? It's what the fuck?
Like that ending skit where you kill H3 fucking genuine like artistic magic, in my opinion. Like you know, like I feel like with that H3 video, it's almost like a Tarantino movie where you take like direct inspiration from like a bunch of different movies and then mush it into a commentary video, and like I don't think anyone has done that, like even since like maybe what is it, what's his name? Idubbbz, kind of, with his like he had like, you know, a theme for each video, and like there's the 7 deadly sins one, but it doesn't really, it's not inspired, the cinematography is not inspired by a movie. The concept maybe is, but like there's no visual inspiration for a content cop, really, I don't think. Yeah. Or at least not as overt.
Okay, so here's where I get into like the meta-analysis, because this is fun, because I get to get nerdy about this, because this is shit that I just think about like privately, because most people, like, who the fuck's gonna talk to me about this, pretty much?
Me.
But like, the Idubbbz, bro, was literally an innovator. Idubbbz actually, like, this is why I have such a hard time putting disrespect on his name. Like, yes, people are correct about probably some, you know, lots or some of the stuff that they're criticizing for nowadays, but like the biggest problem with this content now is just that, to me, it's like uncreative or uninteresting. It's creative, I guess. It's creative. It's more like uninteresting, and to me, it's not very funny, I guess. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's very creative. Like, I think the only creative video was the one that the squirrel video that the most recent squirrel hunting video, where he did some cool editing with him on like roller skates, and it's like that seemed like he was interested in that. The rest of them, in my opinion, because I actually tried to keep up with all his videos when he was, and then I stopped, but it's like bare bones. There's nothing to them. There's not even bones.
Look, here's what I'll say though about Idubbbz. Like, he didn't realize what he was doing while he was doing it. Okay. Yeah. He is right, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. Okay, my analysis or whatever. Let's he was right recently when he talked about how like his impact was negative and all that shit. He was right that he had a massive impact. Okay, people call him like as if speak as though like he's like, you know, being narcissistic, overemphasizing his impact, whatever. But it's like he actually really was like a true thought leader within the commentary community, and that did have like an overarching kind of impact on the landscape. Again, I am somebody who I don't think his contribution was as negative as he makes it out to be, but I still think it was a very impressive contribution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason that what he didn't understand was like when he was making those commentary videos, I don't think he fully understand like the more overreaching implications or whatever of what he was doing. Like, bro, the idea that a commentary video, a literal like diss track type video, is getting 20, 30, fucking 40 million views is absolutely fucking insane. That's more people watching than the vast majority of movies that come out in theaters. And it's not even a movie. It's not even like a narrative for people to completely speculate on. It's literally a guy giving his fucking opinions, and it's getting that many views. That's insane. That's a crazy amount of fucking potential to influence. You know what I mean? And I think that he started to feel that as the series went on. Like, I think that after Asian Jake Paul, he basically, you know, through probably his wife, whatever, but like he probably got nerves, and he got basically like more nervous about like, holy fuck, like I'm a dumbass, you know what I mean? Like I'm a dumbass, and like I've been rewarded and like treated like I'm a genius, but like I'm like a fucking high key dumbass, and I need to be careful with what I say, you know what I mean? And so basically my entire the last fucking 4 years, truly, when I made the H3 video, here's the thing, right? I'm somebody who I never want to shy away from referencing other people. Like, I want to make my inspirations clear. I want to show it on my sleeve. So like if you're looking at the H3 video, overtly referencing Idubbbz Leafy Content Cop through the fucking thumbnail, right? The thumbnails are like almost identical. Oh yeah. If you take a look, obviously there's the Tarantino kind of aspects where it's just like a bit absurd, like it's a bit, you know, ridiculous. Fuck. If you take a look at the Taxi Driver influence, that's like super fucking overt. And yeah, like of course the Dunkirk influence. Like these are things like I'm not like ashamed to admit, because I like to think when I take something from someone else, it's like I'm really adding its own kind of magic to it. You know what I mean? It's really like
recontextualizing it, right? Like kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because like, have you seen those edits where it's like a Tarantino movie, but they just show the movie that he's told everyone that he just stole this framing from?
No, I haven't seen that.
Like, there are some. You just like, basically, you can take every Tarantino movie and match it with a shot from another movie, And it's like, and like he'll even say like in Pulp Fiction where they like they never show the boss's face till he gets like hit by the car. Like that.
Right. Okay.
Like that was like taken from another movie, but recontextualized, or like the way that that he gets like hit by the car randomly in another scene. That's from another movie, just recontextualized. Like, it's like every single shot that he has in his movies is something he took from another movie that exists.
Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome to me because he's like always. I mean, from what I can tell, he's just always talking about like his inspirations and shit.
Oh yeah. Always. Like,
I mean, even if you look at Chris Nolan, he's. I mean, you could use the word stolen, but like he has mimicked or copied.
Paprika. He took from Paprika, like a bunch of the anime stuff. He just takes the village rules from that.
Yeah. And so I really do think that like, copying or like recreation is like the deepest form of flattery, where it's like, this is so cool that I want it to be a part of my shit. That's why I've never really been super protectionist about any fucking shit that I do. And I honestly, this is why whenever people have like the reaction debates, I totally understand why people hate reactors.
Yeah.
Because they're literally like not creative, like at all. Like they are lecherous, they're leeches or whatever.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I want people to react to my shit. And I think that when you don't want people to react to your shit, it's a sign that you understand and you know that your shit is like not crazy enough for people to like be attracted to your page based on it, right? So like if somebody reacts to my shit, I'm so confident in the final product on my main channel at least that like I'm thinking in my head like, bro, those people, they're definitely gonna enjoy that. I want to see the reaction first of all. Like I literally want to see what they think so that I can like use it as criticism. But also like their fans might fuck with me and I'll get more viewers.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I
it's
mean?
like that confidence of being like I in fact they should be worried about reacting to my video because I'm gonna steal their fans.
Yeah, exactly, totally, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like that's a Chad mindset. I like that.
No, yeah, I mean, this is like, I mean, I've said this publicly before with my H3 response, but and I'm just disappointed because this has not become a thing at all. I'm hoping it becomes a thing, and I think it will, but I want people to react to my shit. Like, I want like a, I want my shit to feel like an event the way that Idubbbz shit was, you know what I mean?
Or like an internet historian video used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Man in Hole was like everybody streamed that. Or like Lemino's video, everyone fucking streamed that.
Yeah, facts, exactly. And it's like, I think it's possible. And I definitely think that it's very possible in the near future to make it like that. But we'll see basically. Like that's pretty much all I can hope for.
No, that's...
But I definitely like this is again when I was making the H3 video, bro. I rewatched I think the Leafy Content Cop probably fucking 16 times. And it's not just a matter of like, because again, you were right. Idubbbz, he was never cinematically impressive at all. If in fact he kind of almost purposely undermined the cinematic nature of his shit to like make it funny and like goofy. Which worked. It worked for him, and it like made it it made it feel less cringe because it's like he wasn't taking it that seriously. But I did realize like, because I'm not literally trying to copy Idubbbz, because I'm technically like my goal, but like my goal is to like become my own creator. You know what I mean? At that time, my big thing was like I started the H3 video saying this is bootleg content cop, and then when I was making the Mumkey Jones video, in my head I was like, okay, I want to. Like, I've acknowledged that I'm bootleg content cop, but I want to see if I can basically become like my own fucking identity or whatever.
You want to go from bootleg to knockoff to spin-off to its own thing.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, like, ideally, I mean, I don't even think this is egotistical to say now, but at the time I thought it was impossible. But ideally, I would want to dwarf Idubbbz. Like, and again, nowadays it's probably more possible. And when I say dwarf Idubbbz, I don't mean like make him irrelevant. I literally mean in the sense of make better videos than he was making. Which, to be fucking dead ass with you, I think I did with this Sneako video.
Oh yeah.
I
think you did it with the H3 video as well. The Sneako video as well, but like literally I think you did it with the H3 video. Like
wow, thank you, bro.
I think, well, okay, maybe like artistically you did it, but maybe with the points, like
yeah, the thing is that Idubbbz is funnier than me. Like he was at least, whatever.
yeah, that, and like Idubbbz, like when he made a video, even when you rewatch them now, like I feel like they're very, very, like they hit their points exactly what he wants to say. Like he said it, right? Again, it gets
dude,
there.
he was so good at being what's the word, concise. I'm not that good at being seen. I'm actually like, that's like one of my weaknesses, is like I have a hard time being concise.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, it can be a weakness and a strength to a certain extent, I think.
Yeah, like it makes it easier for people to, I guess, misinterpret if you're just like, you know, only doing like 2 sentences or whatever, but yeah.
Well, it's like, I would say, like, since I have seen the Leafy video, I've seen the Sneako video, I will say with the evidence, I think you've surpassed anything that Idubbbz has done evidence-wise. Because like Idubbbz will be like, here's a character flaw that I think is like a hypocritical behavior of yours. You're like, you're just like, when you watch that video, it's almost like you're just like, here's Sneako's brain, and here's how it doesn't function.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like, but it's like the evidence of it. It's just so like, there's so much of it, and it's like you've topped Idubbbz in the regards to the amount of like, just like, yeah, you can't even shake that off. I feel like you were telling me literally that you don't think he might not be able to react to it, and I'm inclined to agree with that, because it is just so damning in every sense of that you can't acknowledge. I don't think he can. I hope he does, but like he probably will. Because he's like, he has ADHD brain. He probably will, but
I'm hoping he's desperate for content.
It's like he probably he shouldn't acknowledge it, because it's like the amount of just him going against himself in that video. It's not even like you don't even really need to talk at all in that video. You could have made that video without any talking and just shown Leafy, Leafy and Sneako just talking and being dumb, you know. And it's like, because Leafy's in it for a bit, but like, so I think it's like you definitely did. I think you did. I'm excited for people to see it.
I'm glad. Like, okay, so this is another reason why it took so fucking long. Early on, I realized the funny title would be like, because I realized that suddenly, basically, I was ahead of the curve on the Sneako shit, and then everybody was talking about it, and I was like, fuck, how do I even stand out? And I was fortunate in a sense, because most of the people talking about it were breadtubers, and breadtubers are not trying to appeal to Sneako's audience. They're, in my opinion, they're kind of preaching to the choir, like, if that makes sense. And my goal was very different from that. But then like Willie Mack's video came out, and I was like, oh fuck, like he's a commentary community dude, like this is a good video. Like I feel like maybe, you know, I basically need to step mine up. Point is though, my original title was The Absolute Annihilation of Sneako. And I basically was just like, if I'm gonna title it that, like I have to deliver on that. That's a big promise. And so like, well, you delivered. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to think so. Yeah.
You haven't delivered yet, but I think it will. I think it will. I hope it will. I really hope it does, but I'm pretty confident.
Sorry, Skeleton just fucking killed me, bro. That's okay. It's
fine. It's 0-0, so you can get back pretty easy.
9-0-0?
No, 0-0. Like literally, that's the.
Okay.
It's the center of the map.
Okay. Yeah, Idubbbz, bro, this guy, he really did have the world in his fucking hands. I don't think he realized it at the time. He might have, though. I think that a big part of it is like he got intimidated by his own success, again, because he realized like how much of an influence he actually had. But bro, what Idubbbz was doing, I think that it's funny because I didn't like Asian Jake Paul that much, and the big reason was because I already like I didn't give a fuck about Rice Gum. You know what I mean? I was just like, this guy's a mesquite, like whatever. With Leafy, that was like a moment where I was like, oh, Idubbbz, this is the guy, man. Because Leafy, I knew Leafy. I liked Leafy's videos when he did, you know, story time shit, but like I agreed with every single criticism he had. I totally, it felt good that someone like said what I was thinking, you know? Yeah. But I think that his Asian Jake Paul video was highly innovative. Not because diss tracks were new, not because of any of that, but because he had the narrative structure to a takedown video. That is like something that I think gets overlooked, where it's like, again, his narrative structure in that video was kind of dog shit. Like, it really was. Like, you could tell like he was a bit of an amateur. And again, that was a big part of his fucking appeal. But that was something that, like, to me, I was like, fuck, that's very cool idea. Like, the idea of basically having a criticism video that you treat as like a movie-like event, and it has movie-like elements in it. You know what I mean? That's like very innovative. And so now I'm at a point with what we have pulled off. Again, my big test to see if like making a movie, making a commentary video that's like a movie, my big test of that was the Mumkey Jones video. And while that didn't succeed marvelously in terms of views, it still got like 5 maybe 600K despite being demonetized. And again, the H3 video also had a narrative, but like in my opinion, the Mumkey Jones one was literally like a movie. Like that shit's like really tight, you know what I mean? And so I realized basically your ambition is very similar to mine, right? You said you want to basically direct movies. Yeah, so at a very young age I realized, like, how the fuck am I gonna get to a point where I can direct movies? And obviously the initial thought that people have is like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel in our day and age. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm just going to make like, you know, I'm going to make my like cinematic shit and just put it on YouTube and people will fuck with it. Well, I got confronted pretty harshly, and most people do get confronted pretty harshly with the fact that on YouTube, people actually don't really want movies. Like, they don't want like any kind of narrative. It really, truly, like short films, some short films pop off, yeah, but like, when you're on YouTube, you want to, you know, get to know people more so, you know what I mean? You want it to feel more personal. There's like a disconnect. And I have made, like, again, my old family vlogs and my old skits and stuff like that, I really thought that those were high level and like really funny at the time. And to be honest, looking back, they were pretty fucking good. They were, in some ways, they were
vlogs?
better.
Yeah, I love your vlogs, dude. After I watched the H3 thing, I went through your vlogs and I was like, this is the greatest YouTuber ever. He has a story, there's a plot to the vlogs, and it's like cinematic, and then it ties into the video essay in a way that I didn't realize. And then like it continued after that with the other vlog, and then like dude, that was like an eye-opening moment for me. I was so fucking hyped with that.
I'm glad you think that. Yeah, because when I was making those vlogs, I always thought like, I'll probably look back and this will be cringe, but like I look back and I'm like, oh, these are goated, these are funny.
Yeah, they're really
which is it feels good on one hand because it's like, yeah, I got some magic in me, but it's on another hand, it's like, man, this is just unappreciated. Like, this is like, this is not at all incentivized. Like, there is zero incentive for me to make these, you know what I mean? And dealing with that, it's like hard. It's hard to deal with because it's like, okay, well now there's not really a path for me to like get popular from making movies. You know, I basically, and if I do, I would need to sensationalize the fuck out of it, which is very difficult. Because when you're like, again, when you're balancing, look, this is why it's hard. When you're balancing a weird kind of narrative, and you're balancing cinematic elements, and you're balancing just like being low effort, like fun vlog, and you're balancing like pretty intense editing, like that's all really hard to maintain in a consistent way. And beyond that, it's like, it makes no money.
yeah, it's not. YouTube doesn't like incentivize it. Like,
No, they don't they don't really incentivize like true organic creation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to put it exactly. Again, people make it work, and I am definitely paying attention to the people who make it work. But it's an art form to like be able to manage like the business side of it.
oh yeah, it's literally like it's like a skill type of thing where you have to balance the book sheets as well as making just something that's actually good instead of just
and so
that
like
makes money.
Yeah, and so people will say like it's easier than ever to be a filmmaker. It's easier than ever to like, you know, make your fucking masterpiece or whatever. And it's like that is technically absolutely true in a technical sense, but in reality, to actually evolve to the point where you can do anything impressive, you literally need to be doing everything, every single thing. Like you can't just be talented guy doing like, you know, cool videos. It's like you literally need to be the fucking marketer, you need to be the fucking cameraman, you need to be the actor, you need to be the sound guy, you need to be the editor, you need to be the fucking producer, you need to put the finance up to fund it, and like beyond all that shit, you know what I mean, you can still flop, you know, like the final result can still just be dog shit, or like not get views.
Oh yeah.
And so what I realized with Idubbbz was like, here you have a guy who honestly was a very uninspiring person. If you look at old Idubbbz videos, like I've studied this fucking guy. Like I would probably, again, like I appreciate that you say like you're a fan of mine, and I'm glad, you know, that like you think that I have something going on that's interesting and shit. But like if I had to guess, the way that you watched my videos when you first watched the H3 video is probably how I watched Idubbbz videos after Hair Cake or the Leafy Content Cop. I'm not sure, but like I remember Hair Cake was the moment where I was like, this Idubbbz guy is fucking hilarious. But anyway, the point though,
look back with more charitability than you would normally or something.
what, sorry?
Like, is it because like you look at those and you go back and you're like, wow, this guy's like great, but it's like more like because you're already off the hype of another video? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like a bit of a rose tinted lens, but like
Maybe,
Idubbbz, old Idubbbz was funny as fuck, bro. He's funny as fuck.
Yeah,
but like,
absolutely.
He was like from humble origins. Like the guy, he just seemed like a directionless like 25-year-old or 24-year-old who he basically like graduated business school late as fuck. Like I think he was like 24 when he graduated business administration, and like yeah, he just kind of was just like being online was just kind of like his fun world to like feel like he was cool in, which is exactly what most people use YouTube as, and it's exactly how I use it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like in the outside world, like I'm a plebeian, you know, like I'm a literal plebeian. And even like bro, like while I was making the H3 video, while I was making the mumkey video, while I've been making the Hong Kong, like literally while I was even the Hong Kong videos that are out publicly, I remember there's such a weird moment I had where I was like, with my, holy fuck, this is like where I get to the point, I probably just sound like a boomer a little bit, but like I had a moment while I was working on the initial videos for the Hong Kong series where I was thinking in my head, like, with what I have pulled off just up till now, like with my portfolio that is existing on YouTube, like, bro, in the 90s, I would have gotten a budget for a big movie. You know what I mean? Like this is like, bro, no joke. Like in the 90s, people were throwing around money to like young creative directors, bro. Like fucking Tarantino was working at a goddamn movie store. His only proof of concept fucking movie was kind of weird and like dog shit. Like I don't mean that in a literal sense, but it's just like it was amateur as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He even put his foot fetish thing in. Still.
yeah, it's hilarious. It's funny, but it's funny as fuck, and it's inspiring.
And he plays
like,
the guy with the foot fetish.
yeah, exactly. But like when I basically uploaded the mumkey video, I thought that would potentially change my life in the sense of like maybe, you know, I'd be able to you know, get funding for some bigger shit, or like I just thought more would happen, you know what I mean? And then I had this moment while I was really, really destroying myself, like editing the Hong Kong videos. I had this moment where I was like, this is fucking insane. Like, this is fucking absolutely mentally insane. Like, I am making literally zero money from this. Like, I am broke. Like I went to Hong Kong. I recorded this shit on zero budget, just like pure, like I was just lucky enough to be on like a foreign exchange that I had to pay for myself through fucking work. And this event happens and I record it. And I'm just here in my fucking room, exactly where I started, you know, before I uploaded the fucking H3 video, exact same position when I started. And nothing has changed. And yet now I'm working on like this series that the ambition of it is absolutely unreal. Like the ambition of it is literally covering a fucking real protest. You know what I mean? This was like the moment when this isn't just like a kid, like, you know, just like kind of almost in his fantasy world or whatever. Like this is now a real life thing, and I got very intimidated by that because I was like, bro, I'm not fucking qualified at all for this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then immediately, like it was crazy. It was a very crazy time in my life because as I'm editing these like initial Hong Kong videos, the pandemic started happening, and that was a whole chaotic fucking thing. And I was going to school at the same time. So it's like the pandemic's happening. I have a bunch of assignments fucking due. You know, I literally, again, I just feel like a plebeian. Like I'm working, I'm going to school, I'm working on these assignments. And then this like pandemic happens. So I have to like stay inside, whatever. It's all chaotic, all this shit. And then after I get out these first 2 Hong Kong videos, immediately, the old H3 controversy arises again through Keemstar. Like Keemstar fucking ends up re-uploading the H3 video. It like fucking sparks all this shit. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was editing that response to H3, and in my head, I was thinking like, fuck this shit. Like, fuck this. Like I do not even want to talk about or even think about H3 right now. And it like forced me to go back and like re-understand all the brain worms that I fucking developed through that video. And it's like, it was really truly a moment where in my head, I was just thinking like, what the fuck do I want to do with my life? Like, what in the hell? Like, how am I going to make this a thing that I can actually make my job? And, to be honest, I haven't answered that question yet, but like, I'm closer to answering that question. For me, it was like, look, this is basically what I realized. I realized if I want to get to a point where I can make movies, literally nobody is going to just hand me the opportunity. Like it's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like I basically need to fight for my life to fucking get it to happen. I have to like force reality to conform to my fucking delusion. You know what I mean? And so in the case of like this Sneako video, I have a vision, right? Like this is the thing with my Video Vigilante series. I always want the focus of it to be on realizing a semi-delusional goal, you know what I mean? And so at the end of every single Video Vigilante video so far, I have evolved, okay? I have forced myself to evolve, and you can literally see it. That ending skit with H3, that shit, in my head, I just thought it was gonna be goofy. I thought it was gonna be totally like a joke. Like we literally just had like his face on a, like my brother Phil's face, like stapled to his face. You know what I mean?
It's actually stapled, yeah. It's real stapled.
Yeah, exactly. But like somehow through the editing, through like the way we shot it, which was so fucking scuffed. Like the way that we shot that fucking ending scene, bro. Literally, it was a power outage, a mass power outage in my city, and we only had a limited amount of battery in the fucking camera. You'd think I'm joking, but we literally only had like one battery, and when the camera died, like that was it. You know what I mean?
I know that feeling exactly.
Yeah, and so we were out in this fucking forest, and like basically, long story short, we only had enough battery to do like one take for everything, and it worked well. The ending scene where I spit on H3's corpse, that was the one that was just like, I felt the most guilt about, but it was also the one that really made it feel like a crime, which was what I was trying to simulate through Crime and Punishment. Right, sorry, that was another inspiration. Yeah. This is so schizophrenic, but like that was another heavy inspiration for that video. Like it's crazy how many, you know, inspirations I was pulling together for it, but like I wanted it to feel like I was doing something bad, you know what I mean? I was trying to frame myself as like a bad guy. And so yeah, the spitting scene was the worst part for me to watch. Like I hate watching it because it's like, wow, that guy. I watch it and I'm like, that's a piece of shit right there.
Well,
like,
that's just a
dickhead.
testament to your like cinematic like fucking capabilities to pull that, like to make it feel like so gross. It's just, it's just.
Yeah. It really did make me feel like a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, because like when I was watching that, like there's a real emotional impact on that. There's a real feeling that is conveyed with all of those shots. Like heavily inspirational. Like
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what amazed me about it. Sorry, that's what amazed me about it. It was like I just got praise. I got a lot of praise for that video, and like I got a fuck ton of haters and like people really aggressively like being mad about it. But like it was mostly praise. Like people really fucked with it. But yeah, the biggest like that spitting scene, we literally, I don't think I've ever told anybody this really, but like I wanted to record a version of that scene where there was not spit. It was just like we look down at him and then we walk away, just so that I had like safety where it's like I can just pussy out of this shot.
Yeah.
But the camera fucking died while we were doing that one. So like I literally had to go with that one.
if you had the option, would you remove the spitting thing, or would you keep it in?
No. Now that like it's all played its course and the video is literally dead, it doesn't exist. It's okay. Like it's all good. Because H3 didn't kill himself. You know, that's a joke. But like, you know, I was like basically I felt very guilty. Like I literally did. But like long story short, I succeeded. You know what I mean? Like I succeeded in my goal of that video completely. Like every metric I succeeded. And so like to say that I regret really any of it, I think is just like cope or like total cap. I don't regret it.
Cough items.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's true though. Like I think it is kind of like for him to say that he regrets it, it's like, I mean, I get why he would say it because I don't know, he's really trying to distance from it and shit, but like to say that he regrets the entire series, I'm not sure if he said that, but like that's like, it's just it's fucking literally formed so much of his life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's like kind of disrespectful to himself, you know what I mean?
I felt like offended when he said that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you talking about, man? Like, you created some of the best like content on YouTube, and you're doing this. Like, not even like what he's doing now. I think is an offense to like creativity. But like to go back and like he could do that and just to just throw all of it and just say it's all like the garbage. It's just like. Or to, you know, regret everything and feel like he committed a sin for just like speaking his mind and having like a interesting points and like a good takes on shit. Like
yeah.
And then people fucked with it. Like I guess the real thing that he regrets, I guess, is that people liked what he did.
Yes.
Like, 'cause
yeah.
That's probably more the issue than anything else.
I mean, I think his real regret is just like, it's funny to put it this way, but I really do think his real regret is literally just the N-word. Like,
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like honestly, like I really do think if he just didn't say the M-word, then it would be like he just wouldn't feel as much shame.
That's sort of true.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is what happened. This is the danger of having black friends. I'm just put that out there.
No,
I'm kidding.
Actually, I don't know. I mean, look, I don't know how. I don't really.
I don't think he has black friends. I'm gonna say that right now. I think
kind of. I don't know.
I think it's just his wife.
Yeah, it's possible. Look, I'm just gonna say like I get why he wouldn't want, like he wouldn't be proud of that and all that shit. It's totally understandable. But yeah, for me, he was a total innovator and he was ahead of his time. And here's where I bring it back to the thesis. Okay. Enough sucking my own cock, but like,
all right, yeah.
There's probably gonna be more of that. But like,
oh yeah, there will be.
Fuck it. But like, here's where I really talk about what I kind of see, like my fucking vision of the fucking future. I genuinely think there is a very strong possibility that this commentary genre is like low-key a extremely early own separate category of film. You know what I mean? Like I believe in my lifetime that it's possible there will be a commentary community video in a movie theater, okay? And I want to be the first to do it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let's do it. It's happening.
We can do it. We can, without a
Dude.
doubt in my mind, it is doable.
It can
In my
happen.
opinion, the Sneako video absolutely deserves to be in fucking movie theaters, bro. Like, I really mean that.
I wonder if you could.
I do believe that.
Place you
Like,
could play it. Like.
I won't put the effort into doing that just because it's like it would be just too ego
I guess
driven.
that's kinda
You know what I mean? Like, I mean in the sense of like when if we get to a point where like 30 million people are watching these, like, again, that sounds crazy, but like Idubbbz did it, dude. Like he proved it was possible, you know?
Yeah.
But if we get to that point, like, it's technically possible, you know? Like, it's delusional. It's absolutely fucking delusional. But like, I genuinely think like Idubbbz, I think there's a reason that like Idubbbz inspired me so much, and it was like he showed me something that was like I just never thought was possible. And now through like, again, at this point, three videos, we have like a trilogy of the fucking Vigilante series. It's like, dude, with each series I have successfully evolved, and I'm confident that if I keep evolving, like, this shit, dude, like it's like so weird because it's a blend of documentary, it's a blend of like literal cinematic, you know, elements, and it's like it's got like current events, you know, it's like almost like news too. It's like very weird, but I totally think it's possible. And so yeah, I'm very interested in being like a pioneer of this fucking medium or whatever. If there's already examples of this that exist, I would definitely want to see them, but like, I don't think there really are. Like, the closest I can think of is like Michael Moore. It's like Michael Moore. I could picture like Michael Moore is kind of like
Michael Moore of exposing shitty videos.
Yeah, exactly. Look, here's the thing though, like, ideally to me, it would like the series would evolve past, you know, just shitting on YouTubers. Like, I even think, even though like the Sneako video is about Sneako, I think that we kind of, again, we touch on things that are way larger than him.
It does, yeah, it does get bigger than Sneako for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think I'm delusional though? Like,
the like, I don't know about theaters because I feel like the people who go to theaters might be slightly different. But then again, I know like people would pay money. There are people who put, you know, like people used to pay money for all the entertainment they ever got, right? But like, I think we might be returning to a kind of a time like that maybe, and I think there are people who would pay for a video to watch a video like that, especially in like a theater or something, like somewhere cool. So I think it's not unreasonable. But yeah, I think you'd have to get to the point where you're getting like easy 1 mil on a video, or like or maybe even more than that, where it's like consistent like 10 mils or views or something.
Yeah, I think it would need to be like 10 mil.
I think, but
yeah, no, I agree. Okay, but you're basically saying you think it's possible?
Yeah, like where if you had the numbers and you were able to, some point where you're able to go like, look, big company, this is the numbers that I pull. You know, go look, theater company, this is the numbers that I pull when I upload. You think 1% of that isn't going to come and check out the theater? Like, I think they would, especially if you release it on YouTube after, you know, like they do with Netflix, whatever, right?
Oh, interesting.
Like you push it as like almost like a, you know, like a Patreon upload. They already do this. Like Patreon gets the early cut, and then, you know, it's kind of already been done. So it's like that's not. I think it's not foolish to think that you couldn't do it in like a physical world. It's just like, yeah, obviously the amount of people who will watch it is far less, but it's like then it goes on YouTube and 10 million people watch it anyway. So who cares? You know? And it's like I think it's a possible thing. I think it's a doable thing. That might be what we're going towards anyway, societally, where you get the movie gets released in theaters and then it goes on Netflix the next day, or whatever, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason that I think it's possible is because already the kind of ideas that I have for, you know, future fucking Vigilante series, whatever, I'm already realizing like this is like really cool. Like if I can pull this off, like it's like very high potential, like, to put it lightly, you know what I mean? Like the when I made the H3 video, my literal goal, like a part of my goal, I should say, was like to make a commentary video that like you would have like a film channel talk about. You know what I mean?
and an analysis of.
And I had the same goal with the mumkey video. And let's be clear, zero film channels have made any videos about any of my videos. So I haven't succeeded yet. But like, I think that when we start to get to that point, I think that's like the sign that it's like working. You know what I mean?
I think it's a cultural thing because people would have to consider what you do movies before they would put it on the channel.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, and I'm fine with people not seeing like what I see, you know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck. Like I understand that at the end of the day it's like a retarded video about Sneako. But you know, it's kind of something that I like to have like the like overly ambitious vision, because so far in my life that's the only time when I've really impressed myself is like when I had a kind of delusional goal, you know? There's really like, again, I'm somebody who like is kind of forced to be grounded in reality a lot, so like this has been my avenue of being a delusional idiot for like the last 10 years. And so yeah, in real life I try to be pretty grounded, but there's delusion can be used like a tool, you know, like it can be used as long as you're not an idiot, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, though, in terms of like evolution? Do you think there's like a clear through line of evolution from the H3 video to the mumkey video to the Sneako video?
I think so. Like, I watched the H3 video, right, and I went like, honestly I think the H3 video though I think I like it a lot more than you do. I have like there's like a special place in my brain for that video. Like it really feels like a perfect video almost, like with the exception of the points might be not as valid as they could have been. But then when I watched the video Vigilante thing, and then you know you get to that ending shot with the with like the fight where you have like that crazy editing and all that shit you did. I will say, like when I watched it, I felt like the narrative of it was like less, and it was not as obvious to me as it is in the H3 video. You know, like you had like the skits. To me, I was a little bit disappointed that the skits weren't so like fucking like you know crazy. There was only like one or two, like the opening.
Sorry, you talking about mumkey or
the mumkey video? Yeah, I was like, oh, the skits are like, where they're like, there's he's in the sewer, or he's in like a weird overpass, and then you know, like, because that one was you were like you went to buy a gun, and then you know like there was a little like the skits had more like connection to each other instead of just being a thing. But when you look at it artistically, I went, the editing is fucking fire. The like way better than the first one. Like the way more shit's happening. The information, the work that you can like when you say like you put hundreds of hours into the H3 one, like I don't, is that true that you would like put hundreds of hours, I guess, for like watching the podcasts over and stuff, right? Like, but it comes off almost like a more guttural, you know, where you're like, here's the point. It's like it comes off as like when you see that, you're like, oh, that's kind of like you're just saying it. But you see with the one with the Mumkey Jones one, you're like cataloged hundreds of thousands of like spam channel videos or what, not hundreds of thousands, but like a shit ton of those. I went, oh my god, like, you know, like you don't really feel that weight of, I guess, the 100 hours that you put in, the hundreds of hours you put in the video. With the H3 one, you feel it with that one, and I went, oh my god, like that is actually brain rot that you went through that many fucking like Play-Doh claymation spam videos, and random porn on YouTube. And so then it's like you can like kind of feel it more, and then it's like it really does feel like definitely like I felt maybe more of an event almost, but it didn't get like received as well, you know, but it did feel like the video itself felt bigger. And then watching the current one, and I go like the factual knowledge of the case. So you went from like factually dissing YouTube, which is like not hard to like, I feel not like the hardest to make a solid case that YouTube is a bad company or whatever. They do a shit job. Maybe back then it was harder. It's kind of been a while, but like you know, you went from that, and it's like, okay, there's a lot of stuff that YouTube fucks up, and then you do that, but then you apply the same like level of thoroughness you went with the YouTube one to Sneako, and it's like, whoa, it's like a way. I feel like it hits even harder because YouTube is not a person. YouTube is just a machine. Yeah. So then when it lands even more, and then the editing, the editing for that video, fucking even better. I think you probably peaked. Not peaked, but like you've hit a new high. How about that for the?
I think this might be my peak. I think this might be my peak editing because like this took a lot out of my soul. I mean, I'll get smarter. I'm gonna get to a point where I'm working smarter, not harder. I think.
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually true. There's up and then there's sideways. Like after.
Yeah.
There's like with story writing or whatever, where you have like a character power level. There's a certain point where you have the characters like power level. They're just like they're strong, and then they get stronger, and then you have the Goku problem. So then after a certain point, a story hits the point where they can't be any more strong. They're already strong, too strong. So then it's like, well, you just keep making a bigger guy to fight, and it's like, no, you switch it up. You make the power now. You make every single like encounter a trick of some kind or a puzzle, and then you go sideways instead of up, and then you have unlimited stuff sideways and left and right. So it just makes things
I think that like okay, so this is my idea. So the biggest thing that I struggled with was the Sneako video was the script, and so the edits, a lot of them are like really funny and really well timed and all that, but that's because I spent so much time fucking editing them and like trying to fit the pieces together, you know what I mean? Because the script was like vague. Like I basically, so what I need to improve, I want to, for the next session, which I'm hoping won't take nearly as long because of this reason, I want to completely flesh out an entire script, all the narrative, all the fucking clips I'm using, everything. And then, only then do I want to start shooting it basically. And from there, I'll have like a perfect template for the edit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of saying. Where it's like the next improvement for a Gokanaru video would probably be that, like, because what I kind of do feel like right now, you've got a heavy emphasis on shoot whatever, edit, fix it in the edit. Fix it in post, do it in
yes,
in the
exactly,
edit.
Yeah.
And then the only other kind of improvement would be to now make everything intentional when you film it ahead of time, instead of just relying on hopefully being able to salvage whatever's been recorded in the edit. Like
that's like, literally the philosophy, which is
I've edited videos for you where the camera is recorded sideways, like it's like on an angle. It's just like this is like where it's like it's just record it, get it done, get it recorded. I mean, when you're on the hustle or whatever, it's like that's kind of just what happens. You end up just like going like fucking do it as fast as possible, get this all over. But like there is like the next level up is like way more intentionality in every shot that is recorded, and less like when you record something, it's planned, because like even with the skit I edited for the Sneako video, that you gave me 4 hours of video and then told me to make that 2 minutes.
That's insane. I
spent 20 hours editing that. And probably a good 10 hours of that was me cataloging all of the shit you said, because there was no script either. So it's like I had to decide, am I going to try and like what is it here that's worth keeping in? So I cataloged all of the stuff, I color coded everything, just so that I could piece together some sort of story out of it. And it's like if there was just if you had taken a piece of paper and wrote down the 4 shots you needed, and then written out like what you had wanted to say, that probably would have taken like 4 hours.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah,
so
it's like
that's the next evolution I see.
That skit was a specifically really stupid case, man, where it was like I had access to that, set literally for that day, and then it was gonna not exist, and I was so like schizophrenic about like I wanted to like get 15 versions of everything so that in case whatever. But it's just like fuck, man, like if I can just get a fucking like a solid script, get some people to read it over, and then it's like this is what we're doing, like bro, my life would be 10 times easier. Fuck.
Like you had a script for J-Reg, right? He had a thing.
Was that, sorry?
Did you get J-Reg to just like go off to say stuff, or did you have a script?
Yeah, that was all not scripted.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was, that was, and it was like, then I had to take a recording of J-Reg talking from like a month or two after when you recorded that or something.
Yeah,
completely disconnected. He's rambling based on not knowing what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, oh, man. That could have been a way longer script too, but I went like, I could make. You said make it 2 minutes long.
No, I've gotten good reviews from it. I've gotten good reviews.
Okay, so I was like, I mean, it works. I mean, I know it worked, but it's just like, there's just that the only thing left is like the efficiency of like, and I guess more intention in what's being recorded. That's the next evolution. That's what I see that's gonna happen soon.
Yeah. There's a lot of intentionality going on, but like,
but
there's
it's
definitely like areas that lack like the intentionality when recording. Like the intentionality is almost developed while editing.
Yeah,
which
the
is
edit
like,
is where
the story's like shaped, which is super fucking like difficult.
Yeah, that's like almost like George Lucas style filmmaking. It's just like, I'm gonna record shit and then we edit it, and it's like, okay.
Is that George Lucas?
Well, George Lucas is big on the edit. Like in the prequels, like some of the actors were saying that they were seeing themselves say words they never said, or they were like in places they were never recorded, and like I think there's a lot of like behind the scene like fuckery going on like with the edit of that.
Yeah.
Because I saw there's a behind the scenes like video of it where George Lucas is like, I think we should change him and move him here, and then like the editor just like sighs. He's just like,
that's awesome.
You could just see him like, he's just like, okay, George, I'll move the guy. Why didn't you just shoot him on the other side when you had the people there? You know, it's like.
In my opinion, like I said, I'm trying to evolve with every you know video vigilante I do, and so while this Sneako video should not have taken this long, I'm happy with the fucking product and whatever, and I've learned a fuck ton, and I'm actually gonna try to evolve for the next one. And again, for that, the evolution will be like this fucking this script. And honestly, bro, having a rigid, known like this is the script, will be very empowering, because it's like, now I can work shit in to really like be cohesive, you know? Yeah, like I can do callbacks that are making sense and shit. Yeah, anyway.
I think another thing is when you come into the skit process, making them like really like, because like the Sneako video has a lot of great edits, but it doesn't have it doesn't really have any skits except one.
No, it has a way less coherent narrative.
Yeah. So the next thing would be like, when you do a skit, maybe like thinking about how that can affect the other skits and how that builds on the other skits, you know, and like progresses some sort of thing. That's like another thing that I think like you could see like happening. Like I think the H3 video has the most coherent skits. From beat to beat, because they each they're from types. They build on each other.
There's one so the second video vigilante, the mumkey one, I again, this is shit I've never said, but you get the inside scoop because you're fucking goated.
Let's go.
There was a recorded skit that I ended up cutting, which I rarely cut things, but like I just had to cut it because it did not fit the vibe and the theme and whatever. I recorded a skit with my friend PewDiePie. Where he's homeless after the H3 video. And he's selling me drugs basically. So that's why I went outside. I got a call from PewDiePie to like basically like come and buy drugs.
Oh, and that's how you were in the forest?
No, sorry. We're talking about the mumkey video.
In the forest. Like
no, sorry. Okay, my bad. You were talking about there's a sewer in that video, right?
It wasn't like, that was it. Like it was it wasn't a, was it a sewer? It was like a under.
No, it was like an underpass. Yeah.
Yeah, underpass. That's it.
Yeah. So before that scene with the underpass,
that's how you got there.
Yeah, before the scene with the underpass, it was meant to be a scene where I encounter PewDiePie and he's just homeless.
You saw the footage?
Maybe. I'm
telling you.
It was a disaster. Like, let me just put it like that. Like totally horrendous shoot. Like, horrendous. Like, and if I'm saying it's horrendous, like, it was bad. Like,
I guess you're... Damn.
Like,
It was 12 hours of
it was
video.
my fault. Like, it was all my fault. Like we started a bit too late, so like the sun was setting, and oh man, it was just like hell. It was like we started it while there was light, and then it was dark, and it's just like, what the fuck. Oh man, I'm usually really creative about how I can weave shit together, and that one I was just like, it's
a lot
because it was also
process.
funny, and the entire vibe of the monkey video was
Yeah.
meant to be like more mysterious, more like serious.
Yeah.
That I really wish that I somehow kept it in, but like, dude, it was such a force. Like, it would have just been so disorienting. But yeah, that's why. If it felt like there was pieces missing, that makes sense. But I decided to cut it because I realized it actually didn't really add anything, and keeping that video more mysterious, more like kind of like the audience is out of the loop, might actually contribute to like the paranoia. Like, that was the big thing. The H3 video, I was like the hunter or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I was like the attacker. I was like the protagonist who was like, you know, I was like pursuing someone, right? I was the killer, right? I was the killer.
Yeah.
Literally.
In the H3 video.
And then
you're
in the
like on
monkey,
hunt.
well, yeah, in the monkey video, it opens with Mumkey getting killed, so it's already established like I'm not the killer this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we transition into me being like, there's a wanted poster with my face on it. You know what I mean? So like, that's to set the vibe of like, oh shit, like, you know, now I'm the guy who's like being pursued or whatever.
I like that switch. That's good.
So yeah, that's why it was kind of a choice where it's like, I want the viewer to be kind of confused, because it's like, this is just like I'm trying to build like paranoia and shit.
Yeah.
I actually really like that video. I agree with what you're saying though. It's like way less on the nose than the H3 video. It's way harder to follow. And I wanted that to be the case. Like in the H3 video, people probably don't understand what it's building to really, but I'm making it clear what it's supposed to build to, which is like killing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the monkey video, it's like we don't know what the fuck's going on, and then the point is, my goal was that the ending skit is just like total like what the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was a good ending skit too.
Yeah, that was my first time ever using like real like practical effects. I don't know what you call it exactly, but
Like props.
props. No, not props, but like, you know, when it's like instead of CGI you do VFX or
Oh yeah,
whatever?
practical effects. Oh, you mean like for the costume of the guy? Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
you said you bought like you got a guy to do a CGI version too, and it looked bad.
It looked like horrendous. Like,
Yeah,
it looked
that
awful.
that was great. I like that skit a lot. That was like an ending moment to like. The ending of that though, that's like on par with the ending of the H3 one, where with the like just like the finality of it, you know, like
Yeah,
the snow
so that
and crazy.
I'm glad you think that, because that's my entire goal, is like beyond the commentary, beyond everything, I want the ending to like be such a fucking impact or whatever, that it's just like, wow, what the fuck did I just watch? Is this YouTube? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, do you think that we achieved that, like an evolution through the ending? Like in these?
With the sneak of it, I'm trying to remember, because I when you sent me the draft that I watched, it didn't have the end in it, so I thought it just ended on the music video. But is that like the intended ending?
That's the evolution, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good. I think it reminds me of the. It reminds me. This is like your content cop, Jake Paul, dude. This is your life. True. You ended on the song and like.
No, true. I think that's accurate too, because yeah, like Sneako is more comparable to like a rice gum. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if you're going for that, but like as a tone, I think more like as a flex. Like it's better, like where it's just like, look at this shit that we did with nothing.
Well,
you know.
So yeah, beyond it being a flex, which of course like to a degree, like, but look, I'm gonna be honest, like it's really, really hard to make. First of all, to make music that's not cringe. Second of all, to make to make a music video that's not cringe is like very hard. And so that was kind of my goal. I was like, I just can't let this be cringe. And so through doing this video.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
Okay, I'm glad.
You definitely.
But like the big evolution that I made with this Sneako video was truly collaborating. Like the first time that I basically ever collaborated. Like this is where I was like, I wanna basically work with other talented fucking people.
I
And
think
so
it shows.
yeah, exactly. You helped edit it. Obviously Nick Cruiser with the fucking animations, Mike the Bike with
Wizard.
the yeah. And so like for me, this video, it's such an evolution in terms of my mindset. Like my mindset is totally different now than it was before I did this video. Because it's opened the window to me to see like what's possible. Like holy shit, collaborating is cool as fuck. Like it used to be like I felt like protectionist, like I felt like my magic would dissipate, but then I this made me realize like, oh dude, like dude, like this is amplifying it. Like this made everything better. Elevates. You know. Yeah. And so
I think maybe the real innovation with the I think people will definitely really like it, but like for like an emotional, like, you know, like resonant punch, I think the ending is more goofy, you know what I mean? It's more like
100%. Yeah. I wanted that to be
I think
case,
is what
like,
it's supposed to be, right? But
yeah,
so.
like it's like at the end of the day, like the goal wasn't to like kill Sneako, it was just to fight him or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I kind of, it's like you can.
It's almost more campy, you know, like.
Yeah.
Even though it's just funny to think of like the H3 videos and not being campy, but really I feel like tonally, like the first two video Vigilantes are actually not. They're very serious. They're extremely serious.
Yeah,
and
totally.
They don't have that like goof. They don't have the goof to them, even though they're still funny. They don't have the goof. It's almost. It's such a.
Well, I'll tell you. Like, okay, so the first two video Vigilantes, it was like the first one I wanted it to represent like the crime portion of Crime and Punishment. So it's like very much like I have a goal, I'm gonna fucking do it no matter what. You know what I mean? The second one was meant to like simulate the punishment, which is basically like the psychological fucking you know, consequences of the crime, right? So like the second video Vigilante, it was difficult to write and stuff because it's almost entirely a reaction to the first video, but I wanted it to be, you know, stand as its own solo video. Like every video Vigilante I want to stand solo, but like if you connect them together, then it's even cooler, you know?
Yeah.
So that one was tougher, but like the whole point was like it was about, you know, the consequences of my actions or whatever. Now the Sneako video, this is where I'm delving into absolute insanity. Like the theme I want to convey is like just pure like egoic, like fucking like unpredictable, like basically mastermind, but also like kind of an idiot. Like I don't know, it's just like I'm basically all over the place. And so like I don't know if you remember the intro for the Sneako video, but that's, I feel like I'm trying to convey like this is just fucking batshit insane. Like and to be honest, I do think that the video itself, like this Sneako video, absolutely batshit insane. Like no person would make this video. Like it's insane. It's just mentally insane.
It's a good video. It's really well put together. Like I've seen the other Sneako videos. They do a good point. Like, you know, like Willie Mack is good at what he does, but like he doesn't do what you do. You know?
Sorry. Yeah, I appreciate like, that, but like when I say insane, like I don't mean like
oh yeah, okay,
good.
sorry. It took me a bit to like remember what the actual intro is. When you had the 3D like 360 camera in your mouth and you're like crawling around and you have like the board. Yeah. No, that's a good opener. That's a really quality.
But like you understand how this video is like really mentally unhinged. Like it's like this is like really like if you're trying to be technical about making YouTube videos, like this is like a really bad idea to like spend a year on one commentary video. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
It's like really like pushing. It is kind of unwise, but at least it's like it's not going to be that video and then you have nothing else to show. You know? It's like
yeah. I'm very glad. Like we have a lot in the chamber
of the next wave. You know?
Yeah. Yep. It's very difficult. It's really, for me, it's really easy to have ideas. It's very difficult to realize them.
Oh yeah, that's probably a pretty big problem for a lot of people, especially like me as well. I have so many ideas.
Yeah, this is really like it's a blessing to have ideas, but it's also a curse because realizing them is where it takes like your literal life, you know, like
it's
you really.
The big ideas. It's the big ideas that stop you.
Yeah, I mean, there's also just like reality is always trying to like thwart you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to put exactly, but like sometimes it's like truly I view it as like a bit of a curse where it's like, bro, I could be a great just like fucking office worker, and I could probably just have like a sick, you know, marriage, you know. I could probably be like Wendigoon and just like, you know, I could just be like, I only love guns and my wife and America or whatever the fuck, or sorry, God. You know what I'm saying?
No,
but yeah, fuck it, man. Like, I definitely, like, even though, again, right now I get paid like absolute shit, like in a technical sense, I'm not saying I deserve more, but like, just the reality of like I get paid kind of shitty. It's like fascinating how much happier I am working on this like autistic stuff.
Than like working a 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that.
But yeah,
I
it's
think
certainly
I got more productive when I was working a 9 to 5 because I hated it so much that I was just like, or I just got so sick of it. You know, I'm like, I would get back to work and I'd be like, it's time to shine. I have to do my shit.
Oh, that's a real thing for sure. That's a real thing. Like, like I mean, I'm genuinely, like, my past self is like really impressive to me because, like, I was managing school, 2 jobs. Like, I was managing a lot of shit while I was making those family vlogs and shit, and even while I was making the H3 video. And it's like incredible the output, like, because you can tell that it was like this was like my escape. Like, you could totally tell.
Yeah, no, I love those vlogs. They're so good. I every 6 months to a year I rewatch them. Especially when you were like not on YouTube for a bit, I would go back and rewatch your entire channel.
Honestly, that's one of my bigger.
Everything from 2016.
I think that my real regrets, if I had to think of regrets, would just be like I didn't make more of those. It's not something I try to dwell on too much, but it's like. Yeah, I really wish the family vlogs popped off because, like, that just, I could see so many, like, those are things that, like, stand the test of time to me, like, basically. Yeah. And it's just nice. Like, I just find it funny, like, how fucking funny my brothers can be and shit.
No, the vibes were great. It's like quality stuff there. And I like that it wasn't really real either. Like, it's not like an actual vlog, because like I don't like vlog video. I don't like vlog content. I really don't.
Well, bro, most people's lives are fucking boring.
Yeah, and the ones who try to make it interesting, they're like David Dobrik's and whatever. They're like annoying and weird. It's weird. It's like weird.
You're like trying too hard.
Yeah, it's like that's not. It's like, sure, maybe that's your life, but it's only your life because you're filming it. If you're filming it, you go sleep.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's like it's just like it feels very hollow, but like because it's like a fictional world, I got really invested in the canon of that whole thing, and I love that it like transitioned over to the Hong Kong videos almost. Like
I mean, the canon still exists. Like it's, you know, it's still in the Sneako video. I don't know if you pick up on it or not, but yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I mean, there's the demon guy. I know there's J-Reg, I guess. Oh, are the shadow people in it?
Yeah.
Why is it I can't remember where they are?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Like, I literally showed you the rough copy. Like,
I did.
3 months
I saw it, and I watched it twice. So.
No, you're good. Do not stress, bro. Like,
actually, I watched it 3 times.
I have a very weird mind, bro. Like, I don't know why. I'm very obsessed with you know, having constant references to the past and the future and all this shit.
Good. I like it. I think it enhances the product. So.
There's a lot you could meta-analyze about the Sneako video, but that I just want to let people, maybe they'll figure it out, maybe not. I don't really give a fuck.
Well, I'm excited to see it, to try and take that down. I like that you don't say whatever it is you're doing, you know, like you let people figure it out, because it's like, it's the funny thing is like with Nicholas, was it Cruiser? Whatever.
Yeah.
I talked to him like when I first discovered his channel, and I talked to him, I was like, dude, this is so sick. It's like there's like a story and everything, and he goes into like, he gave me like 2 paragraphs of lore. Just kept going. I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know there was that much like detail in there. But like also like I asked one question and it's like, I don't know, I like that he thinks that much about it, but it is kind of like there's like, I don't get to interpret it anymore. It's like, no, I know what it is now.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just kind of like letting people figure it out, but like cryptic about or whatever.
Yeah, it's just the death of the author kind of deal. Because they say that that's like the death of the author's actually like, you know, but if the author does state this is what their work means, it does kind of like, it still matters, even if people try to say it doesn't matter, you know?
Like, again, with the H3 video, I talk pretty openly and whatever about that, because it's like, all right, like, it's just like kind of, you know, dead, and it's like the meaning.
The video's gone. You can't even watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, and the meanings aren't that like, you know, hidden or whatever.
Yeah,
like they're pretty over.
Literally what the video is, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than what the video is. You kill him.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like my goal though is like I'm trying to basically. Okay, yeah, I think that this might be one of my talents is weaving. Like, yeah, I might be wrong though, but like I think for the H3 video, you don't need to know any of the deeper lore at all to enjoy the video and like feel like you're not missing out on anything, you know? So like in the H3 video,
yeah,
Nick is kidnapped in the fucking closet, you know what I mean? And that's just like literally just like a 4-second thing, you know? It's like it's just like it's just like a random funny thing that like someone could easily just be like, that's just funny, you know? So yeah, I'm a big fan of keeping a semi-coherent narrative going on, but it's not necessary, you know? It's like for the nerds. Like I don't like making shit like if you don't get it then it's not fucking funny or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I'd rather it just be like, if you're a nerd, you can go deeper into this. If you're just like a casual viewer, it's hopefully still good, you know?
Yeah, I think that actually I remember when H3 was like criticizing your skits, and he's just like, it's like these skits, man. And he doesn't say anything, but I think I kind of get what he's like saying a little bit with the like, because it's like some of the stuff like really doesn't make that much sense if you there's a whole added layer of funny, and maybe that's not that it doesn't make sense, it's just like there's an entire layer of funny that's added to it once you like realize the context of anything, and you're like, actually it is really thought out, instead of it just being like why would you include this? It's like random, you know?
I mean,
worse, but I mean, I think that was more of he just trying to like discredit you.
I mean, like he's probably right. Like that skit where I'm buying a gun is like hilariously like scuffed. But like I do think it's funnier than like the vast majority of what H3 has done since. Like I don't know.
Like what has he done that's
like I don't even mean that in the sense of like it's hilarious. I just mean in the sense like he doesn't seem to really try to do skits or anything like that nowadays, really.
Yeah, I mean, like his content nuke series, but it was like
to me, if somebody's trying to be funny and they're doing it with their friends, and it's like, you know, I just think it's like cool, like it's like whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, there is the like, I think the added element of I went outside and filmed this means a lot to a video like that, where it's like, yeah, you did like an autistic amount of research, but you went outside. Most like none of like those like documentary people about the lolcow people, none of them have clips of them going outside.
Yeah, I mean Tom's now starting to like do
the documentary
IRL documentaries.
I like that. That's cool. That's like touch grass.
I'm pretty sure it's because he feels kind of similarly about lolcow content. Like, you know, when he meets people in real life, he's like able to root for them more, you know? Yeah,
and I like the even the more positive videos that he makes now. A couple of them.
On Tom Dark, you're talking about?
No, just no. Tom Dark is like a shithole, but I still watch it. But I'm talking about like on his main channel, he did some positive videos of about like Matt Pat and his like and then also another dude he just posted.
Yeah, and that shit probably gets less views, but it's
I think it's good. Yeah, I like that twist a little more. It makes me feel like, because it's like a lot of his videos I actually can't even watch them because they're so gross. Like they're just the cover, like it's so gross feeling.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean, bro. Yeah,
he made like one about the goon clown. And like,
Yeah.
holy, I got like 10 minutes in or 20 minutes in before I like genuinely was just too much for me. And ever since then, like whenever there's a video about like another locale, I actually just don't even click on it.
So one of the writers for that video, helped me do some a little bit of research in the 2-mat situation, and I feel bad for the guy because like he's like a normal guy. And like this shit does like writing that script. Like imagine watching it,
Yeah.
but writing that script like absolutely fucks with your head.
I hope he gets paid well because goddamn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I was like just like because he definitely would have had to go on like Kiwi Farms or some shit, and like I going on that site for the 5 hours that I did one time was like was awful. It's just like it just hurts you. It's pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's cancer. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've never felt it more strongly than I did then.
Yeah. What's how do you think like when you think, because you said your goal is to like make movies, what do you think is like the long-term plan for that?
I actually have like a plan. Like I have a couple of different directions that I could go. But one of my like short-term ish like goals is I really like I like movies and I like filmmaking, but I love animation, and I'm not a talented artist, so I am, as far as like drawing goes, my abilities are pretty like limited, although I have given it a shot in the past. It's just so time consuming, but I love it. Like when you see a fight scene in an animation, and it's like hype as fuck, and it just looks like, you know, like something you could do in real life or whatever. You know that somebody died for that. Like someone literally died. Like there's this show Jujutsu Kaisen. Anime.
Oh, dude, yeah.
People actually like that show is so well animated, and it's so well animated that you know people are dying making that. And not only that, the Japanese workers are going on Twitter and complaining about this shit who work for them or whatever. Like you're getting like the Asian salaryman to complain about his job, right?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
They're dying. They are dying. Like and yet it's like I hear this. I watched the newest episode of the show and I go, holy fucking shit, this is the greatest thing
You see
I've
their
ever
souls
seen.
being being scraped against the goddamn
You look at it and you're like, oh no, they're like, we're gonna have to start compromising on our artistic integrity now that the show, if we keep this up. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, that's a week. The next week goes by when they said they won't be able to meet quality standards, and the fucking thing is like the most over insane edited, like not animated thing I've ever fucking seen. Like unhinged, and it's like, this is them not being able, it's like clearly like they care so much. It's really sad, actually. It's a tragedy, but I bring that up because that's why I respect it so much, and I really want to direct an animation. And there's this comic, the 2B2T webcomic. You watched? That's the video that I showed you, right? Like,
yeah, that was the first one where I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking, wow, this guy's got potential.
Yeah, and I did that, and I was like, if this video like got like 100K views, I'd make one on the other comic that guy did. That's also about 2B, and then I would probably try and launch a Kickstarter for an animation. Because I want to adapt his comic, the second one that he did, not the first one, because the second one has a better story. Has a story, actually, instead of the other one. And I would want to adapt that through like crowdfunding and make like a studio and just hire like, I guess, like my friends. I know a lot of artists, and they're
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. That's the goal, because I think 2B has the name recognition, and there's enough people will pay $20 a month for priority queue, and like couple hundred people do that. There are people who would pay like a couple $100 to see the animation happen, and it's like they made the Smiling Friends for $25,000, and you know, per episode, and that's like what, 15 minutes. I go, give me 10 grand, and I'll do that, and just shittier, and it's like. And that will still look fucking amazing. And it's like 10 grand is probably enough, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm of the opinion that
that's a strat. I'm probably still planning to do that at some point. I'm working on a short, actually, with some friends of mine that'll come out at some point when it's finished, and that's just like kind of gonna be a proof of concept. Not a proof. It's not. It's just like me doing that collaboration thing, like, you know, with your video where you're like, get all the people together. Like, this is me going like, I'm gonna get my friends together. I'll storyboard this shit. We'll see if I can get them to draw me shit for free. And so far it's been kind of working. So.
Fuck yeah. Is this something you're willing to to die for? Like, this is something your soul can be collected over?
I think, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm a little bit like split on it because I think my vision of that to be anime would be hype as fuck. It would be fucking amazing. Like, I genuinely think that. But I don't know if it would be worth dying to make it happen because I hate the community of Tubi. Like, it's literally like the entire Minecraft server is Kiwi Farms, like, brain rot. Like, that's the whole
losers.
thing.
Dude, yeah, Faustian compromises are kind of what I'm getting at, where it's like,
yeah.
Creatives nowadays, yeah, again, it's easier than ever to realize your vision, but like to actually be able to realize your visions, you almost always need to compromise, like aggressively, because it's easier than ever. The people who are getting paid big money to do it are the people who like are kind of producing formulaic dog shit. Like, most of the time, not always. It's not even that they're dog shit. It's like, although sometimes they are, but like, it's just like people, they want what's like predictably successful, if that makes sense, and like trusting randoms is just not predictably successful. And so like in the 90s, trusting randoms really paid off for a lot of fucking studios. But nowadays it's like every big budget movie, it's like you get a guy who's already directed like 7 movies, you know what I mean?
I think the reason for that was is because people don't pay for their entertainment anymore. Back then you would I think I heard, what was it, Matt Damon was saying this. You could make a
DVDs and shit.
You can make a mid-budget movie because if it didn't make its budget back in the box office, people would, they'd buy the DVDs, the VHS, whatever. They don't do that anymore. Yeah. So you have to sell it. But even now, they don't even pay for it anymore. So it's like, what is the audience gonna want to watch? You know, like if there's so many different people out there, there's too many to choose. Yeah. So then it's just choose your formula that you want, right?
Yeah, they want to watch like the big event film, you know?
They want to watch the big event film, but when it comes to picking what they want to watch on YouTube, they want to watch the formulaic thing that is the tried and true formula, the video essay formula, the commentary video game formula.
Like
they
more
don't really
personal,
want to like
low scale,
Yeah, they don't want to waste their time on something that might be really artistic, but if it doesn't catch them right away, like why there's too much to watch. Why did they sink their time into that?
Yeah, so this is like the Faustian fucking bargain that I'm making, where it's like, I would rather just make movies. Like I really would technically just rather that. But like my compromise, like again, I'd rather make the family vlogs, whatever you would say. The compromise though is that by, taking that like creative energy and projecting it onto like a commentary genre where it's like I'm also injecting my opinion. I have to technically like talk about other people or other companies, whatever. That's like a compromise technically, but it's also, in my opinion, it like is like a very interesting kind of really underexplored genre, in my opinion. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like when I watch H Bomber Guy, who I guess is kind of the more or less equivalent to what Idubbbz was perceived to be. You can definitely tell me if that's cap.
It's not 100% cap. He's like one of those guys you wait for uploads for. When he drops a video, it's usually a big deal. So yeah, I think.
Yeah, and like to put it lightly, I'm not impressed. Like with that guy's budget, like I just don't see it really reflected.
$400,000 a video. That's how much he makes.
Yeah, something like that, right?
And he doesn't fucking he puts $15,000 into a video.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even like to hate on him. It's just like I see the kind of potential that we have.
He's like not reaching for the stars,
bro. Like, dude, considering like, fuck, man. Like, I probably invested like max 4K of my own money into the Sneako video. The output that we got is absolutely mentally fucking insane.
4K.
Yeah, it's mentally insane. Like,
actually, yeah, if that's what you get for 4K, the H Bomber Guy spent like $10.
That's what I mean, bro. Like, that's what I mean. Like, there's like a very strong lack of innovation among like top commentators, and I get it. I totally get it, because like for people who have never really for people who have been successful for many years, like there's not that drive to really evolve, you know? And I'm not saying that H Bomber Guy isn't evolving, but like I'm just saying like he's leaving a lot on the table with the amount of resources he has. You know what I mean?
That's true. I agree with that.
I like the comment you said. I don't remember when or where or whatever, but you were like, Gokanaru is what no audience does to a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of facts. I think that like spending literal years in the gulag, like I've spent so much of my life in the virtual gulag where it's like I'm just making videos and nobody's gonna fucking watch them. That it's like trained my brain to really try to make something that's so impressive that people just can't like not pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because like, you have to earn those views back every time you upload.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like it has to be a thing because you don't.
Yeah, like if the Sneako video is mid, video is mid, it's dead. There's nobody gives a fuck. Like nobody gives a fuck. Like I don't have an established brand or whatever.
I think that's changing now though a little bit. It's not as black and white as that because you have the Clips channel now and it's not big fish, but it is a fish. You know, and you've got the live streams, so it's like you are actually the furthest you've been from no community, pretty much since you stopped doing the NSQs when you were in whatever, I don't know, like when you were getting 200 views or whatever, you know, 'cause you get like 200 live viewers now as opposed to 200 views per what do you call it
Bro Saplo
family thing.
Bro Saplo, like I'm just gonna give you the pure like ego statement, but like we're about to run this shit, bro. Like
I hope so.
Like I really mean it. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like growing up my entire life, I always thought that everybody was just like way more professional, way more potential. Like I always thought that everyone was sophisticated. I always thought that YouTubers were really like scientific and smart about what they do. Even Idubbbz, I was like, man, this guy's a fucking genius. But now, with our position currently and seeing the competition, I realize like, no, dude, like almost everybody is an amateur. Almost every single person's a total amateur, and that's part of the appeal, and that's cool. But like I used to think that they actually had something that I didn't, and I'm realizing like that's totally not true. Like I can pull off probably way more than most people. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that. I'm really glad, like, I'm not gonna lie, the streams, I think that it's possible that they've like distracted me, whatever, but like the streams were the first experience I had where it's like, oh, I actually get paid, you know what I mean? Like I get paid like decently, Number two, I have like a community of people that I can talk to every week. That's kind of cool. Whereas with NSQ, it was like, I just couldn't maintain the schedule after a certain point. But I still had a community there, but it was just very weak. And then it's also like, holy shit, for the first time I have like a schedule, you know what I mean? Like every week I got to do this. And that has saved me in a lot of cases because it's like, there was so many stream days where I was just thinking like, I really don't want to do this right now. I want to postpone this. And then it just manifests because I have to do it. It manifests in like a dope stream,
Yeah. Like even like the 2 Mad stream, which was, that was AIDS, but
crazy.
But that was good. That was, dude, like even that, like after, like if I had to, how long do you think that took you to put together the video about the video you made about 2 Mad?
I mean, it was about 2.5 weeks of like nonstop, like every day, like
I think honestly that's too much for me. Like because like I watched that and I went, that was crazy, and I'm like, that's enough 2 Mad for me today. Like I don't need to, and it's like to go over that. And then I think you did a great job with that. Actually, I really liked that video a lot. I'm excited for it to come out on the main channel.
Dude,
I really liked that video.
I low-key felt like I was also innovating with that one because I was like, bro, I've never seen anybody do this. Like, I kind of turned a live stream into like a cinematic fucking like experience a little bit. Like it was a low level for sure, but like it just, I felt like, damn, nobody has ever done this. Like I've never seen this before.
No, that's true. Like there isn't really a lot of people who nobody does like the stream highlights thing, and then we're gonna make it into a good, except maybe J-Schlatt. J-Schlatt's the closest thing to like an actual, like we're gonna take the stream, we're gonna edit it into an actual thing. But
oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean like that. Like of course people do that. My bad. I just meant like with it being about like the allegations, you know what I mean? Like there's like a kind of, it's like a case study, but it's also got like a weird narrative through line a little bit.
I really like the narrative through line, like the go outside moment.
Yeah, like I split it into chapters, right? That's kind of what I meant. Where
That
it's
was
like,
good. Yeah, I like that.
It's like a story almost. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's so much potential, but it's like, again, I have to I really feel like I have to fight for every fucking view. Like, but yeah, I'm ready to fight. Like,
well, you've got what? There's like there's a lot. How many videos are in the bank now? Like, how many do you have?
At least 9. At least
9. Well, then that's 9 weeks of consistent uploads. That's something your channel has probably never had. That like in its like heavy, you know, like the back when it views, you know, like not in a view consistent. You get what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be great. Like I think. I mean, I'm always, whenever I think a YouTube video is gonna go fucking wild, it never does. But that's just because I'm posting on my channel.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I think that you've got. I think it'll be good because it's like nobody has experienced what the closest consistent upload thing was probably the 2 Hong Kong videos, like the trailer and then Hong Kong video #1. You know, like, and that was was a force.
And then there was the H3 like response 2 weeks later.
Oh, that too, yeah. And then that was the force, you know, to be reckoned with, right? That felt so hype when I was watching this when they were coming out, like genuinely, like there was momentum and everyone was on board. You had Jay Schlatt in the comments being like, "This shit's like, we're gonna like."
I know, bro. I know, man. This is like, bro. Honestly, man, I like. Whoa. It took me a while to get over how fucking much I technically fumbled all that.
Well, you can regain it, honestly, but like,
without a doubt.
It's just like it's just a little bit painful, you know, where it's like, dude, imagine a Jay Schlatt collab like 2 years ago.
I know, bro. Dude, I know. It was like, possible.
Oh man, yeah. But
it's still
not
possible.
Impossible.
Like,
it's still possible, but it's just like.
Yeah, 100%. And like, honestly, my philosophy is like, I'm gonna try to make shit that's so sick that I don't regret any of the paths I took. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because, like, think about it. Like the 2 Mad thing. Again, I'm not really gonna view that probably as like my proudest moment or whatever. Yeah. But like that would not have happened ever unless I did exactly everything I did in my life.
That is like that actually just, I think it's innovative almost because that video, that stream just is something that just never you never have a guy who's being accused of some heinous shit go on live stream in your stream when you're not expecting it to happen, unplanned, and then confess his crimes to you. Yeah. Like almost confess them. Everything but confess.
Well, that's why I decided to turn it into a narrative, because it's like, this is like bro, like the realization, like you can see me realizing like, holy shit, like this is real, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like this is like a real event, like this is about a real, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like this is happening. It's happening here. It's not happened. Yeah. I'm not watching the video about it. This is the video about it. This is.
And it started with us watching a guy eat crayons.
Yeah, and that's unhinged, dude. It's so sad what happened to fucking 2 Mad though. Dude, what a
bro, it's a tragedy.
Fucking yeah, literally like a tragedy. Like, God.
Well, that's why the ending. I probably wouldn't want to upload the video without the ending, because it's like. It's not even sympathizing with him, but it's like just trying to like pull a lesson, you know?
Yeah, that ending is so good. No, do not cut the ending out. Like, genuinely, the ending is that ending is so perfect for the end of that video. Did you script that, or did you just like freeball it?
No, that was waffling. I mean, I refined the waffling, but that was like 20 minutes of like just kind of waffling.
Damn, dude. So you just off the top of your head, damn. That is because it's. Fuck, man, that is a good. That was like that. I've rewatched that ending like 3 or 4 times. I showed my mom the ending of that video.
I'm very glad, because trust me, bro. Like my mentality was literally, anybody who watches this probably likes lolcow content, because this is fucking insufferable. And I really just want to convey this message of basically, like touch grass, but also like. Don't be a loser, you know?
It's worth it. I mean, even then, it's just like, look at what happened. Look at what happened to this guy, you know? It's like, it's a tragedy, and it's like, it's a shame that he is what he is, you know? because he's funny. He's still funny, even after he fell off, and he is not falling back on. He keeps saying I'm gonna post some videos sometime. It's like, what, why does he say that? He's not gonna post videos. It's not happening.
He's like, he has one of the most intense levels of cope I've ever seen in a fucking human. It's very aggressive. Honestly, it's very dangerous. Like that kind of cope, you could end up homeless really easily. Like I don't even mean that as a meme. Like, you know what I mean? You can just, like, with that kind of cope, bro, like, you can fuck your entire shit up, like, horrendously.
One thing I like about Two Mad is that he wasn't afraid of anything. Yeah, that's also, yeah, no, here's the thing, it's like, he's just the same guy, almost the same guy as, like, he has been for, like, he's just the same, it's the same person. It's just, like, the Two Mad, the character, is Two Mad. He's like, that is him. He is him. He is the guy.
Yeah. And
it's, like, not in just, like, every way. There's no, it's just awful.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. I feel you.
It's a heavy one, that one. Just a very...
Yeah, big time, bro. Like, bro, when I was editing it, I was having, like, dreams about it and shit. Like, because, like, it's just sad to realize, like, the girl definitely does believe she was victimized. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, whatever you want to say, like, she believes it at the very least, you know?
Yeah.
And I definitely see why she would believe it.
He makes it pretty easy to believe.
Yeah.
Dude, like...
Fucking hell.
Fuck. Yeah. He literally does, like... It's just so fucking just, like, upsetting. Because it's like, Two Mad was... He had what like, everyone wants, you know?
Bro, he's a fucking, like, 20-year-old, whatever, rich, famous, whatever, funny guy. Like, yeah, he had the world in his fucking hands, whatever.
Yeah, it's just, one day he was like, I'm not... After the Radio Shack upload, he was like, I'm never uploading again.
I mean, look, I can empathize with that part, but, like, yeah, the shit with, like, the woman, dude, like... Oh, yeah. The guy's like a total fucking, like, narcissist, like, brutal. Like, I don't know, like... but like, yeah, with the uploading thing, that I can.
You don't have to upload. Yeah, you can't even criticize it. Yeah, there's nothing you can say about it. But I get the being rich and wanting to, like, fucking, you know, yeah, you can just fuck off whenever you want. Like, you don't have to upload, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not something you want to do or you don't feel forced, don't do it, you know. But the fucking the all unhinged degeneracy, he just decided to do it. After.
Would you be an animator at Mappa?
Yeah. I don't think I'm good enough to, but I would. I would.
Okay, but you know what I'm asking, right? Like, would you give your life energy if it meant like that product?
I think so. I sort of. I don't know. Like, I would do it, but I would go like, here's a year of my life. You can have a year of my life, but not everything. I wouldn't die for it, but I would go like, I will sleep here until I feel like I might actually die. Yeah, I would do that. Like, I don't know how bad it would get though, because I'm a really unfocused person. But if it's like a life or death situation, you know, because they get paid like nothing too. They're getting paid like $17 a cut.
Bro, Mappa's ridiculous. Yeah,
they can't live off of what they make. They like you cannot live, like, you just can't. So it's like. The fact that they even still do good quality work is unhinged. Like, I honestly don't know. I think it would eat me up and spit me out, but I would be better for it. You know what I mean? Like, I do it so that I could learn what a real artists are like. You know, like motherfuckers who live and they do nothing but this, and they are like just somebody who just like I would do it because I want to be part of something like super cool like that. But I also want to be destroyed so that I can be rebuilt, you know?
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
At the very least, I'll know that it'll never be as bad as that for me. Like, because it's like, as soon as I go back to the Western world, it would never be that bad again. Like, there's the slave labor here is better than what those guys are going through. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of, like I know that I would do it too. Like, if I felt like the end result could be legendary, I would fucking destroy my life probably. Yeah.
It's It's just like it shouldn't be, because that's the kind of animation quality that should be going into the movies and being paid fuckloads of money for. You know, they were supposed to get a 9-month break and to prep for season 2, and instead they said, "Fuck you, you're making Chainsaw Man," and then they fucking did Chainsaw Man and no break, straight to Jujutsu Kaisen, and somehow they went from Chainsaw Man, which was fucking amazing. I don't care what anyone says, and then. Like especially animation-wise, it was phenomenal. And then
story too, it's fucking.
The story
funny,
too,
man.
yeah, I love the story. But that was good from the start because you know manga already.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like the art was fucking a compliment. It was great, and then they go straight from that to Jujutsu Kaisen, and they top it. They make the fucking Chainsaw Man animation look like it's made by a fucking guy with a crayon, and they top it to the point where I watched the movie. And then I watched the first episode of season 1, and the only difference was the aspect ratio changed. Like they went from movie quality to the show, and it doesn't change for 17 episodes. It wasn't until episode 17 that I noticed a slight dip in like they only had one unhinged like fucking like crazy. They had like a couple hours where they stood up, they were talking for a little too long. You know, it's like where they do they did the anime thing one fucking episode, 17 episodes of the most like shit, fucking amazing shit that you could ever fucking look at.
Yep, that's fact.
It's like, and they should all be millionaires. Everyone on the staff should be millionaires, you know? Like, at least with Ghibli, they do the same shit, but then they give their fucking workers a giant raise, like, so they all get all the money, you know?
I mean, yeah, do they? Yeah.
That Ghibli doesn't like Ghibli does the thing with, they don't anymore, but they did up until his last movie, I'm pretty sure.
This is like the fucking shit where it's like, it's very bad to literally exploit and destroy your employees and whatever, but like when it's for an artistic vision, it's almost like respectable, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because the end result like speaks for itself or whatever. But with it's like a hard thing to balance.
Yeah, with Ghibli, like the guy who's running the show is the guy who's the artist. With MAPPA, the guy who's running the show is a fucking greedy corporate businessman who doesn't give a shit about art at all. Like he does not care if they die. He doesn't care if the show is released at 2 FPS and looks like poop. You know, he literally doesn't care. Like, he's just like, we need to make, we're gonna make it so you guys can't have your break to prep for the next season of season 2. Why? Because we want to have Chainsaw Man. Why? Because Chainsaw Man is the newest, hottest property, and this will skyrocket our studio even more, even though you're already overworked with all the other shit we keep bringing on. And, you know, because he's like, okay, yeah, from a business standpoint, if this show is released at this time, it will make money. And then it actually didn't make money. Enough money for them to say it was worth it. That's just kind of like, that sucks. Which means, I don't know if they're gonna make a season 2, but they fired the guy who directed it, even though I thought he did a great job.
Really?
It's because the fans in Japan didn't like it. They were telling all the animators to kill themselves. And
that's really delusional.
Twitter, that and then nobody. They could probably done that anyways, but nobody, and it wouldn't have affected anything. But nobody bought the DVD copies or whatever. Like the deluxe edition undersold, and in Japan that's how they make money. So it's like.
That's insane.
Yeah, it undersold. Nobody bought it.
It's fucking dope, though.
It's dope, but it's like it is kind of like you look at it and it's like a hyper realist sort of style, or like it's more Jujutsu Kaisen style than
3D or whatever.
No, that's not. Well, that's maybe part of it, but it's literally the stylistic choice is not the mangas. Like, have you checked out the manga? The manga's drawing is very different from the show. I think like the show, they got the character designs are good, but the designs of the characters are not the same. They're like drawn in a more realistic style with more realistic things. They did not match the guy as the artist's style, and that's what the Japanese people were all like, it sucks, you didn't draw it like the manga, you stupid.
All right, that's just like,
yeah,
whatever, fuck.
Yeah, it's dumb, but that's the reason it's undersold, because it's the hottest property, right? Like, so there's no way it still made money, it just didn't make them enough money, you know? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah. It's a fucking shame, but
yeah,
whatever. Yes, I would work for MAPPA, but I wouldn't even make it onto the team though, because my art is not close. I'm not fast enough, like not even close.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I definitely hope to evolve to the point where we have like an actual studio going, where it's like, if I can get fucking Nick Cruiser on board, if I obviously you on board, fucking a few other people that I can think of, like
You got me on board.
I would
already.
love
I'm
to
going.
fucking have our own studio.
I'm going. It's happening.
Fuck yeah.
Literally, I am going.
Yeah.
I will go.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
going there.
But yeah, studio is some shit. Like a studio or like a team of people working all in person too. Like that's something that I think like creative people lack a lot, is just in person people to work with.
Yeah, 100%. It would be a lot less fucking like bone-rattlingly depressing if at the end of a day of working I could go out with the boys and get ramen or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like even like when they were doing like Ghibli makes their movies, right? Like they all live in the same house. They were at the point where no one went home for the weekends. You know, and they all like,
really?
have, like, pasta days, and they'd all just live in the house, you know. And it's like, at least they're all suffering, including the director himself is there. Like, you know, he's there as much. You know, if the guy who's saying like, we are all gonna work until we die, is at the studio doing shit as long as you are or longer, you know, like just storyboarding out shit, whatever. You know, you're gonna follow him to the end of the grave and not complain about it, right? The studio businessman who don't know how to draw goes fucking do this shit, and then you're dying for him. I don't know, like, I don't know. It's probably a good place to just really just nail your shit though, because like you go from working to 10 to they were finishing episodes an hour before the episodes were aired.
That's like, mentally fucking insane.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yo. I'm viewing shit from this lens. I really like this lens because even if it's like a complete cap, I just like it. Like it's just motivating. But this lens where it's like we're actually early, like we're actually early to, you know, I guess you could say YouTube, but like we're early to like even film and shit. You know what I mean?
Like ahead of the game kind of shit.
Yeah, we're ahead of the game, but we're also literally early. Like
we're like young or whatever.
We're young, that too, but I literally mean like the medium is not even that developed.
Oh,
which sounds delusional. It is kind of delusional, but like I think that when you view it from that lens, it actually makes you think more about like how can you evolve it or whatever. Yeah, I really do think that there's a lot on the table. Like there's a bit of a and again, I think that Japan is like amazingly creative. I think that Japan's dope, but like in North America, I think there's like, dude, there's like a real lack of creativity among creatives. I think like. That might again be totally delusional, but
like you mean like the top brass that make the money, or like what do you mean?
Yeah, like the coolest I think innovative media I've seen has been like Into the Spider-Verse probably.
Yeah.
In terms of like balancing like again like the money and the coolness, you know.
Yeah. You know what I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies. But like the guy who. All that creativity came about, you know why? From one dude who they got as the art director or whatever for the movie, or maybe he was originally going to be the director. And then he came up with all these amazing concept art and designs and this idea for a story. And then they fired him. And then all the other artists saw his work and were like, we're going to fucking make it amazing.
That's
so
crazy, man.
They fired the guy who is the reason for this, that looking the way that it does. Like,
yeah.
What do you call it?
Like that's the thing. That's why I think creativity is interesting, because it's like you get a lot of the times it's just one person or like a few people who have a vision. They have a vision, and then by expounding on that vision or like lightly exploring the vision, if you get other people to like stack on top of it and kind of impose it or like introduce their own creativity, like that one person who has like a solid base vision can create something that like it results and compounds into something that's like fucking insane.
It spreads out, you know, like waves
I felt
onto
that
other people, because you could tell like with his drawings, all of the people who worked on Spider-Verse were hella inspired by him. Like it's not his art, you know, that's on the movie, but it's inspired by him, and everything he did in that 2-minute concept short that he directed made it into the trailer for the Spider-Verse movie. Is just
you talk about Love, Death, and Robots, right?
Yeah, that guy. He made Hibaro and The Witness, which are two of the best shorts on that entire collection, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree, bro. When I saw that style, I was like, that's fucking cool.
The Witness is like one of my favorite things ever, and Hibaro as well. But The Witness especially, like the fucking vibe of that short, and the way.
Crazy, it's about a rape too.
Is it? No, it's not about. It's about a murder.
Oh, okay.
But it's it's not. Maybe it's about a rape.
I think that might just be. I might just be wrong.
I guess you could kind of interpret it from that lens, but he's just like, whoa, stop, and she's like, whoa, and then she shoots him, and then he wakes up, and then just like it's a time loop or whatever. It's like a miscommunication, the short film.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't think it's about rape. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I'm probably just wrong.
Knowing the guy, I wouldn't be super surprised. Like, I watched a whole TED talk.
Yeah, he's a rapist.
He's not a rapist. He's just Spanish, dude. Which is almost the same thing. Like, the dude's like a weird like sex pervert, maybe. Okay.
No,
he was talking about. He was like, he used to flip through like a medical surgery book. So he's like, when he was 4 or 5, and like he would look at a map and he would compare like how the like Portuguese or the like Spanish peninsula looks like a fucking dick, and he's 4. This is he's just thinking about it, and it's like, okay, I mean, he might just be like a like a Spanish guy, he's just Spanish, just like it's whatever. But I think he's a genius on top of that, but like. Yeah, Spanish genius. That's why all of his things are like romance sort of things, like they're all. That
guy's
love.
definitely a genius, bro. That guy has some magic, bro.
He is, and you know what's crazy? All of the like animation in it, it's not rotoscoped. It's keyframe animation based on a reference. Like the work the animators are doing is like unhinged because he's like. It's like he's got it. He gets him going or something, because it's literally like it looks.
Yeah, the vision.
The movement is. Yeah, the vision is there. The movement is like real. Like it's like based on the reference. He gets the references. He does all that. I think everything almost that you can see in the movie is like based off of like a picture he took. In real life,
so this is kind of what I'm talking about, where it's like the Sneako video. The way that I evolved with it was like realizing like if I have a semi-coherent vision. And I'm not saying that the Sneako video is genius. I just think like it was the first time where I actually communicated the vision to somebody in the form of the song. The song was the first thing where I like talked to the guy for like an hour about like, oh yeah, this is the themes I'm portraying, all this shit. And then the vision was like so interesting to him or whatever that he like produced a dope song out of it. And then with this dope song, you know what I mean? I fucking showed it to Nick Cruiser, and then Nick Cruiser, I sell him on the fucking vision, and he produces some absolutely dope shit.
Yeah, no, he did great.
You know what I mean? It's awesome. Like, because like every time I hear about like what you're describing, and just production stuff in general, I'm thinking like, what does this tell me? Like, what's the lesson here that like I can absorb? You know what I mean? Because like this is technically like the end goal, or like at least a goal of like I really don't want to be chained up, in a basement with no Dogecoins forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Let's bring it back to the visual, actually.
Yeah. This is his real setup. Oh, I can't hear you.
I'm grinding. Yeah. So like, I don't want to be like, fighting for my life for Dogecoins forever. Like, I really do want to evolve, and I'm getting to a point now, I'm realizing where like the evolution, I need more money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like now the talent is there, like, because for the vast majority of fucking creatives or whatever, bro, if you go on YouTube and you type in vlog or anything, there's like so many like of these like kind of young yuppie type people who like invest in the nicest ass cameras and have like the decked out vlog cameras and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they basically are like they have like they start with like the best equipment, but there's no fucking creativity, bro. Like they're lacking in. You know? Do you know what I mean?
I think so. Like a lot of guys, like
I don't even say this.
Equipment,
I don't say this like
fetishize equipment
to put them down. I don't say this to put them down, but like when you look up camera tutorials, a lot of the time, the reason that somebody's making like a camera tutorial is because they bought a camera with the intention of like being creative with it, but they don't really have any ideas of like how to get views with it or like to do, you know, crazy shit with it. So it's either they do like travel videos or they do like tutorial videos. Usually both. Usually they combine them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, again, I view that as like an example where it's like, you know, you have the budget, you get the nice camera, but you don't really know what to do with it, if that makes sense.
No, that I agree. Like, there's so many people like that online, I feel like, who do these camera reviews, and they don't have a lot of subs, and sometimes it's useful stuff, or like how to light a scene, you know, like those tutorial guys. They make like a short film once a year max or something, you know, and it's like mid. But they're like, here's how to light a scene, here's how to do that. It's like, why do you have to make a tutorial? Make a cool shit. Don't tell me how to do it. There's already someone who's doing that. You know?
Yeah. So like for me, it's like when I was looking up a 360 camera, the second that I saw 360 camera, that like it was possible, I was like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Why have I not seen people doing cooler shit with this? You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a good, you know, the lady, the you know, it was Nick is Not Green, his band. They kind of
Dev Lemons.
Yeah, Dev Lemons' most popular music video is a 360 video, and it's fucking awesome. I've watched it a couple times.
Hell yeah. Okay, so this is good because I've been trying to like find people who innovate with 360 cameras, because 360 camera or whatever, it's a total gimmick. Yeah. But like I like seeing when people actually take the gimmick and it actually elevates what they're doing, you know what I mean? And so like when I was first learning about 360 cameras, I was seeing all these people who basically, it was just travel videos, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the intended purpose. But in my mind, I was thinking like, how can I fucking crack this? You know what I mean? Like, how can I basically use this in a way it wasn't intended for? And so like, I could not afford the fucking 360 camera, but it was like around, I think it was November of last year or something. And I realized like Amazon, I mean, you can buy shit and like return it after Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. So like you know, put me in jail. Okay. I probably deserve it. I certainly, well, I'm kind of already living it. You know, I pay for my crimes karmically, I think. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I bought the fucking 360 camera that I probably couldn't afford, whatever. And I used it and I put it in my mouth. And I was just like, holy shit, this is hilarious. Why have I not seen this before? Like literally just putting it directly in my mouth. And there might be people who do it. I'm just saying like, I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's funny as fuck, like in my mind. And so like, that's what I'm talking about, where it's like, and I did return it, by the way, like, and there's more details to that probably implicate me further, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Well, I mean, look, it didn't work. It didn't fit in your mouth properly. You know? You put it in your mouth, it didn't get in the travel log. You had to return it.
It's more like there's a shot in the Sneako video where I'm simulating drowning someone. And I underestimated the waterproofness of the camera. Look, listen, Amazon executives, I'm sorry. I am paying for the crime. I am sorry. You did refund me, and I won't forget that. I appreciate it, okay? God bless. Oh my God. Yeah, that's why the intro is so funny to me, to the Sneako video, because it's such a scuffed, just like everything about this video is so scuffed. I learned so much the hard way, and I did it in such a cheap way because I don't have a ton of money, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, the limitations do amplify it, but like I'm getting to a point where the limitations actually are inhibiting the content a bit, you know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, if I just was able to like afford the fucking camera, that would be hype, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's basically why, the Clips channel is like a bit of a farm where it's like, this is where we get, number one, it's a place to slowly develop talent, like getting you to do some of the intros even for me, you know what I mean? Like this is like really good practice, these intros, because it's like, how can you convey an idea, get people hooked within like 1 minute? That's actually really good practice for an editor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Clips channel intros are pretty good practice for that.
Yeah, it's like a good avenue to like have people, test people or like help them whatever practice. Again, for me too, like some of my Nick is Not Green intros, like that shit, I was like impressed. I was like, wow, that actually like was a really good edit. But like the Clips channel, it's mainly, to make money, whatever, to like, yes, kind of farm shit, test out ideas. It's like my testing ground, I view it as, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I get to play the YouTube game. But yeah, the main channel, I really want to be where we're evolving, you know what I mean? Like we're actually like leveling the fuck up, right? Getting to a point where it's not a matter of, scraping together shit and hoping that it'll have an impact. It's like, oh no, we're having an impact. Like people are paying attention. We are getting, recognition for this content that is like atypical, right? Like we're not playing the game. We're literally, like we're on our own wave. You know what I mean? So like the Clips, like the main channel, it's like, it's very delusional, ambitious, whatever. But I want to maintain that delusion. I want to maintain that like idea where it's like, okay, we are trying to like, level up every time, ideally, you know what I mean, in some way. And I mean, so far I think it's possible.
I think it's working. I'm excited because okay, you told me the Sneako video would be out before the stream happened. What happened?
You're talking about the torture one, right?
I don't know, just no, like the Sneako vid, you said it'd be out.
Like you're saying like last week, right?
Yeah.
Long story short, like the last scene, the last edit, really breaking my balls. Actually, it's funny, I'm not allowed to leave until it's done. Yeah, and so I don't know, I might stream just if I get lonely here, I might stream me finishing the video. Can't end the stream until it's done type of thing.
I like that idea.
But yeah, I mean, I think Lamp said it pretty good in chat. Like my brain is broken, like it's busted, but there's a method to my madness, but like I need to fucking refine the method, you know what I mean? Like that's why the scripting is so important, because it's like the reason that this ending is hard to wrap up is because like I just didn't have like a really solid hard script for the ending, so I'm just like working backwards a little bit.
I feel like sometimes you're like allergic to making money.
Oh, 100%, bro. That's called death drive, by the way. I'm plagued by death drive. You're 100% correct.
I have the same kind of problem. Like
it's 100% a fact. Like I need to, like this again. I'm not trying to cope. Okay, this video should have been out eons ago, like 100%. But yeah, I'm. Again, like it will get out within the next 3 days. And
next 3 days, shit.
And from there we will have a lot more leverage. Let's just put it like that.
I can't wait for my beautiful works of art that I have put into those videos finally get to be put on my resume.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We are so well primed, bro. It's actually very mentally ill. It's very reflective of some kind.
Don't understand what's coming to you. There's a whole video with me that's gonna be on the main channel at some point, and it's so well edited. I'm like so happy about that.
Yeah, like we're fucked in the head. Like I am especially, but like I've never seen somebody do what we're doing, and I'm very confident we can pull it off. But even if we don't, we still made some dope shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah. No matter what, like. At the very I think both of us could easily probably after all my work gets put out easily get a job working for someone else like as an editor.
Oh, dude,
like, that was
you could get that now, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it's not.
Like,
it's just yeah.
No, go ahead.
It's just I don't actually. That's kind of why I stopped talking. I didn't have a. It just died.
No, fair enough.
It was in my brain.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna try to make it so that like we can be like again like I can be directing real movies or whatever through like the YouTube shit. Be like self-autonomous or whatever the fuck. Like that's really my goal is to like have like this self-autonomy or whatever.
Make our own
like
indie studio type shit.
Yeah.
Like
but
if it makes you
like
feel
at
better
this point,
too. Most directors make their first movie at 35, like on average. So.
Yeah, that does make me feel better. Like I do think we're early, bro. We are early.
You've done movie length shit, and you're like 25, 26.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, so it's like you've got at least 10 years, and probably even more before a theater thinking movie can come out. Like you can feel better about that. It's not. You've literally done. I just gotta movies, in my opinion. Like.
Like I can speed up. I can speed up what we've been doing. Like I can definitely do that. Yeah, if I can go a year of daily uploads, I think we can hit 1 million subscribers.
I think that's possible. Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable to think. Like weekly uploads, you've already got 10 weeks of weekly uploads.
Yeah,
and I think I can get myself. I mean, I already edited a video almost in a week, right? So like 2 weeks, something like that. So it's not impossible for me to keep up with that either. So that's sick.
Yeah. But yeah, just gotta fight the death drive because that's like very real. Like that's like the force that undermines your potential, which I am struggling with very heavily. But I'm gonna do it. I'm
It's happening. Nobody can stop it now. It's too late. It's too late.
But yeah. Yep. The biggest thing will be getting that autonomy, and worst case it blows up in our faces, but by having that goal of like evolving, at the very least we will have these like marketable skills or whatever that like us as individuals we can look back, be proud, but also be like we know we have so much more potential, like to know what's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like let's say hypothetically the Sneako video like flops, it only gets like 100K views or some shit, and like Sneako doesn't acknowledge it, and nobody fucking cares.
That'd be an L.
Yeah, it'd be an L. But I'm confident in the next the next 9 uploads that come after that will be more than enough to.
Yeah, I'm confident that it'll be very hard to ignore us over the next year.
Mm-hmm. It's exciting. It's exciting. I
gangster.
Literally, like you've been edging. You've been edging literally every person for like a year now.
It's actually disrespectful. Like it's fucked up. Like I don't like doing it. I really don't. I feel like a fuck up. But like I'm gonna do it. Like it's all gonna pay off, right? It's literally like I don't think the shit has gotten less cool, No,
it hasn't.
It'll be appreciated very soon. Let's just put it like that.
I'll also say like a cope that I have for like when I post a video on my channel and it doesn't like get 1 billion views. I just go like when I have that video that's a hit, people will go back and watch it and they'll appreciate it. Like I've seen plenty of YouTube videos get like retroactively like 100,000 views or some shit. Like I have a friend of mine who has a video that has 900,000 views. It was like about Stardew Valley, and it didn't pass like 100 views until an entire month passed. Like shit can just explode randomly. So I'm thinking like if it's not now, it's not when it's posted. People will look back at like Mr. Beast's old videos. I mean, he's like kind of like really big, but like people will go back and one of his old videos will pop up sometimes. I have just that's the only cope I can live with. Like, oh, someone will appreciate this later.
Yeah, that's facts. I think that might be like cope. You're right, because I used to think the same thing about my vlogs. So that's why nowadays I do focus on if this flops, if it fails, whatever. At least again, like I've evolved. I'm more skilled. I'm more knowledgeable. Whatever. You know what I mean? But that's still true. old videos can explode in popularity. Like your 2B2 video, that could explode in popularity. Like,
Yeah.
I agree, but not all videos can do that. Like, my old family vlogs, like especially if you get demonetized, like, this YouTube fucks you, man. Like, yeah.
I think the 2B video actually did blow up when I first posted it because it got 3K views in one day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because it got put in the YouTube algorithm for 3 days, and then as soon as it was out of the algorithm, instantly it went back to like 1 view a day instead of like fucking 3,000, which was a little bit like, annoying. But it is like the power of being in the algorithm. It was crazy. I'm like, I've never had a video do that. I should have followed it up with another video about the comic, but whatever. I don't know what I followed it up with, but
yeah,
I was trying to hit weekly uploads back then, which is kind of working until I stopped.
Yeah. I mean, you've definitely leveled up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah, I think so sometimes. Like with that animation, like when I finished that night, I was euphoric. It was great. It was like I was surprised I could go from like shitty drawing storyboard animation to having it in one day. Like I've always felt like animation is something that you never finish in a day, but like I literally did. It was like hype. That was hype. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I think it's just weirdly it's a lot easier to edit a video for you than it is to edit a video like for my own videos and stuff like that.
Bro, it's tough to edit your own videos, man. Yeah. I know. It's fucking tough, man.
I have so many good ideas and they're like I could do like so much cool shit that like you like just stuff that you wouldn't do, you know, like stuff that I would like I could do some complete shit that's my own shit, you know. Yeah. But it's like, am I gonna do it? It's like I have a video I've been meaning to make for 3 years now. And it's or maybe not 2 years, and I'm gonna get it done probably tomorrow or tonight or some shit. I think I'll finish it. It's just like something I just been putting off. I just don't even do it. You know, it's like it's just shit. Like I'm like, I'm gonna make the video. I'll make that intro video in one day, and I'm not gonna make my own video on my free time. No, I can't do that. It's so annoying. It's like it's literally just shooting myself in the foot because I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's really easy to, bro, like, especially when you're alone, like, fully alone, it's really easy to fall into, like, entropy or whatever.
Yeah, I have a problem of doing that. Recently, I've been pretty good at, like, staying consistent. Like, with this new, like, I've leveled up my streams. I've been trying to really get, like, new, like, make it just something that, like, fits how I work, you know, like brain-wise or whatever. But it is something people could watch again, you know, instead of just being, like, throw the stream into the hole of the void, you know? So, and I think I've been doing okay on that. Trying to, like make things just slightly cooler. Like each stream, like last stream, I got a song made, like a little like beat in thing, like for the intro of the last guest, and like I did a whole video for the intro of this one, you know. And I put a beat. I took the Goka
Have you played Goka Flow?
I did at the start of the stream. I played that and the J-Reg song that he sung for you one time, and I added visuals and shit to it. So
okay. Nice.
So like that's kind of my innovation.
Watch Goka Flow.
Yeah, it's on Gokanaru Plus. The 2 uploads, Goka Flow and J-Reg sings a song for Gokanaru.
Drop that in chat.
I will drop in chat right now. 1 second.
The big thing with fucking like personal projects or whatever. Yeah. Like okay, so I'm one of the hardest things is like understanding your own psyche, okay? Because people are not fucking logical, like really, truly, like people are not logical, and it's a tough thing accepting the fact that you are also not logical. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, especially when it comes to desire, okay? When it comes to desire, people are very illogical a lot of the times, and so for me, I've realized like. Yeah, to disappoint myself is pretty easy, but to disappoint my audience is more difficult. But now over time, it's gotten easier to disappoint my audience because they don't have any, like, they don't actually rely on me. It's just like nice if I upload. So now I've realized a really fascinating but like effective form of motivation that I've encountered is literally the fucking labor demand of like you wanting to edit for me. So like you wanting to edit for me forced me to basically provide you shit to edit, right? And when I have to provide you something to edit, well, first of all, I have to record it, and then second of all, I have to like basically plan it out and like communicate my vision to you in a way that like is coherent enough for you to do what I'm imagining, right? And so having you as like a person who's eager to help me basically, and I feel obligated to, it's like a really good form of motivation because it's like, you know, the sooner I get you started, the sooner you'll be able to finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here. Like I get money for making a video. That's never something that's happened before. And then like I feel like you're as like basically like my employer kind of situation. I basically you say it needs to be done tomorrow. I'm like, holy fucking shit, and I get it done tomorrow. You know, or it's like I get it done like the next day, and it's like if this was me on my own, it would have been 2 months. And it would still not be finished. You know? And it's like it's so much like that's what I need. Like when I am in a working environment, I do whatever the guy who's in charge says to do. And because I'm out of like a weird like sort of like I honestly I think I get a little too stressed out about it because it's like if there's a deadline that you set instantly, anything that I have planned is gone, and it has to be like. It's either if the deadline is like really close to like it's a week, then it's just like I will stay up all day, and then like all of my other obligations just disappear somehow, and I just get tunnel vision on it, which is great. But if it's like a 2 months like deadline, then it's just suddenly I'm back to like the way I am until we get to near the end. Although that's kind of how all projects work. Then it gets to like the second half of it, and then the crunch starts to hit in, and you're like, okay, time to go, and then I'm go, and it's like it works, and that just never happens for my own videos. It's like I can't impose that like that level of like I don't want to disappoint because I've disappointed myself so many times that I actually it doesn't matter anymore. You know? Yeah. I can't even like the feeling of being disappointed is something I'm so used to that I it's just a constant. It's like I don't lose anything by not uploading, you know, like in my own. I know.
See, I feel the exact same way, but like I'm trying to get to a point where again, like it's like I'm trying to get to a point where it's about something larger than me, right? So like if we actually have a studio going and you know people are fucking dependent on me finishing shit, you know, that will be more motivating. This is like a real thing. It's like but that's like a positive feedback loop that you're describing, where it's like I feel obligated to like provide you work. You feel obligated to fucking, you know, finish the work for me. This is a good thing that I learned about myself, because that's the only reason we have 9 video back catalog is because I basically felt obligated to keep you somewhat busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like now I'm like on the Clips channel and stuff too. It's like, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's always stuff.
No, it's good though. I mean,
it's even like I could take the momentum from that and finish a video. Like I posted a clip highlight thing. I finished that at the day after I finished the day after I finished the newest video I edited, this live stream one. I finished that, and then next day, or not the same day, I think, because it was like 6 a.m. when I finished that. The next day, I was like, I'm gonna finish this very similar video that I'm working on for myself, and then I finished it, and I'm pretty satisfied with how you know, like, it turned out. And it's like I would not have finished that if I didn't just finish your video. Yep.
That's basically, again, that's part of my evolution or whatever, is like realizing how I can fight my own fucking psyche. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really is battling yourself. It's crazy.
Yeah, Mr. Beast is an interesting guy, and like even Sneako has this opinion, and I think I agree. He said that Mr. Beast is not an artist; he's a businessman.
Yeah.
And I think I agree, because Mr. Beast's solution to any of these problems that we're describing, Death Drive, his solution is to hire somebody to do them. You know what I mean?
You don't like it, just hire someone else. What part of the process, do you just like being on camera? Like, what does he do? You know, he like.
Well, yeah, he's just like a coordinator. He's a manager. He's literally a manager. You know what I mean? Whereas with me, like,
like the only reason that the Sneako video has been so difficult is because I'm editing it, like, and I'm such a fucking weirdo about editing. And so, yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's a way to adopt some of Mr. Beast's tactics, because, like, really, like, I need to be editing less, I think. Like, that's just, like, I need to accept that because I'm too slow, you know what I mean? And so, but being able to accept that while still basically having an artistic kind of vision around it, you know what I mean?
I think
that's
part
important.
of it is like optimizing what gets edited, because like that philosophy works, but it works for shit that like for an artist as well. It works for shit that is like just the stupid groundwork, you know, like you could even do this. You could hire a guy who writes this, who can like do the research for your scripts. You could still write the scripts. You just got to get a guy who does the digging for you, because that's annoying. And there's no art in searching for shit, or maybe there's an art for searching it, but it's like, you know, that's not your art. Get the guy who's professional at that, you know.
Like, I have a good eye. I have a good eye for research, whatever. But it's horrendously time consuming. You're right.
Yeah, it's something where you could get rid of that and then get someone else to do it, and then you get to put the fun part. You know, like the fun part is the cool edit, the cutting the 4 hour long live stream into 10 minutes. There's not a lot of art in that. There's a good eye for what's funny, and that's it. You know, it's just cut it down. What's funny, cut it down. Or you know, if there is a narrative through line, then there's kind of more of like a eye to it. But it's like, really, it is just cut it down, then put the narrative together, then do it all the thing. You know?
Yeah.
So then that's the fun part. The fun part comes after the cut down.
Yeah, I like that method. That's basically what we're kind of doing, especially with the more funny videos. It's basically like we're sculpting something out of marble, you know what I mean? Like, we take like a big video, we sculpt it down, and then we add like a lot of details and shit, you know what I mean? To like make it something cool.
It's like the cut the block and then add the paint or whatever.
Yeah.
Chisel the statue, add the paint.
Oh yeah. We bake the cake.
Oh, the icing. That's the best. That makes
we had the
better
icing.
now.
We had the cherry.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. All right. I don't want to waffle too much longer. I should. This has all been an elaborate ploy to procrastinate my purpose of being chained to the fucking floor, which is to finish this fucking video, because I really need to feel the relief of this being public and done.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Finish it tonight. Get it done.
Yeah,
what
edit I can do it tonight. I can do it.
What is the edit? Just describe what the issue is.
Okay, so I'm having a hard time with the ending music. Basically, I want to use Dust. Look up Dust on your stream. Look up Dust Hotline Miami 2.
Okay.
I just think it would be really poetic to use this Hotline Miami track for the ending of the Sneako video, because Sneako started his streaming journey in New York, and now he lives in Miami. And Dust is like a beautiful song, because it's like almost the kind of song that you play after a fucking building. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't think I will get copyrighted for it. I uploaded a test and I did not, but I want to like double ensure that. Okay. But also, it's just harder because I don't have the stems of this song, so it's harder for me to manipulate it to the edit. So I'm just being really perfectionist about how I weave the song into the clips. But I can
there's
finish
a guy
it.
called Mute saying, "Oh, speaking of which, tell Goka if he wants knockoff music, I can make it for him." Some guy named Mute in the chat.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%, yeah. What do you use? Do you use FL Studio?
This guy?
Yeah, it's
I would assume he uses FL Studio. I use FL Studio, and I don't even make.
So I heard a rumor that Dust from Hotline Miami 2 literally just uses what's the word? It uses
default sounds.
Like like a bunch of default sounds from fucking FL Studio or whatever. One of these things. Yeah, producer pack. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I'm trying to basically weave, because I mean, you've noticed it, I'm sure, but like for a lot of the edits in the Sneako video, like, bro, I'm fucking weaving the song with the clips like super cleanly. Like I'm really proud of like the way that I've been using music. You know what I mean? Even with the ending edit in the 2Mad video, like that use of that song hits so much harder. You know what I mean? Sorry, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, I just got distracted. The edits land harder with good music. That was what you said, right?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. So like, I'm just trying to make sure that that end leading into the music video, just fucking.
Okay, yeah, I get
like
what you're saying exactly. So he says Ableton. Can you see what he's saying or? Yeah, producer.
Yeah, I have it.
Ableton is dope. I just want an Apple version where it's easier. I'm old enough to dive into the more complicated software. Apple being an analogy, I would never use iProduct. What else besides the songs is okay? Who uses FL Studio nowadays? Ableton is all the way. Oh, okay, that's all right. That's a whole different thing. Okay. But yeah, I get the wanting to land on like a good musical note because that's exactly what you did with all the last other ones, right? The endings just hit with that music and the like clock and all that shit.
Yeah, and there's also just like refining the clips basically. Like I'm just being too perfectionist about that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way like right after the music video, right? That part with you in the room and the wall, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that was the part where I'm like, I'm not really. That was what I was thinking as the ending. It's like so far, it's a little creepy, I guess, but it's nothing crazy.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like with the mirror, right? And then like you're just still standing.
Yeah, is it cringe though?
It's not cringe. But it's just very clearly not finished. Okay.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, that's like.
Because there is something extremely odd about the angle of that mirror.
Yeah. It's because it's like leaning back against the fucking wall. I was thinking I would end it on the note of like the person in the mirror just moves, like they just step forward, but like you only get like the initial step forward, and then it's like you cut to black or something.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Like, because if I was like editing that, I don't actually know how I would.
Bro, so much of this fucking video was recorded in haste because I procrastinated too hard to the point where the set had to be demolished.
Yeah,
so
this sucks.
Like this is like the whole thing. Well, no, it doesn't suck. It's actually a good thing. If the set wasn't gonna get demolished, I might not have made it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true, yeah.
It's like the actual real life set demand. Fuck, like I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I just I don't know, because the endings are really important. Like you have the great music video, but yeah, having something at the end, because the version you sent me, like the full version, didn't have that ending skit, the like little ending part with the mirror. So I was just like, it ends after that, and I went, I feel like. There's no tie, there's no bow or something, something's like, and it's like, so now you got to create the bow, but it's like that's hard to do.
Yeah, do you think that the ending, like what I say, like I'm just getting fucking started, do you think that hits that's like that bow or whatever? Or?
I think it okay, I kind of have trouble, like I haven't watched it in a bit, but I think it could hit well, it definitely it's just like you maybe like there's got to be that music, like that music is important, and it's like I forget what was your delivery for it, like.
It's funny because this is again a situation where like I had such a limited window that I just fucking went for it, and like I would have done it differently, but I think I'm gonna just commit. Like I don't know, like I have to commit at this point.
Yeah. I mean, like the ending is important, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe because I was thinking like, I don't know, because I think of like the endings. You've got the H3 ending, which is just like vicious. Then you've got the ending to the H3 to the YouTube one, the Monkey Jones one, and it's like that's like just like almost like a otherworldly, you've got like the super entity and all that, and then this one is like really low key in regards to the ending, because you got the music video, which a music video is like really cool, but as far as like thematically and conceptually it goes, like the ending of that is you're in a destroyed room basically. And it's like, you could almost lean into that as like a subversion of how you normally end these videos, where it's like,
oh yeah,
you could go, I don't know, like there is an angle there. I can't I'm not really sure how you go about it. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm not nervous, bro. Like the music video is epic. Like whatever I do after that, I think it's fine.
Even if it doesn't at the end of the day, if it doesn't compliment, it doesn't really matter. The whole video's good.
Yeah. Like
it's like you've already won everyone over.
I might even do it like a fake out edit where it's like, I cut to credits or something for like 5 seconds, and then I just like.
Dude,
it's
make it a Marvel like make it a thing. Make it like a
ending cutscene,
end credit scene. Like, wait, there's more, and like edit Nick Fury to come in and be like, we're assembling a team, and then.
Fuck yeah, that's kind of what it could be. Actually, I think that's a good idea. It
might work better as a funny joke.
I think that's bringing a lot of coherence to what I'm imagining. I think, bro, honestly, I'm so fucking glad this video exists. I'm so happy because for literally a year, I was just like, I don't know if I can pull this off. Like, I don't know if this is doable.
Well, you definitely.
And it's like slowly and slowly, I'm just getting more and more confident. And now we're right at the precipice. And I'm being a little bitch, and I need to just fucking commit because it's already so goated. You know what I mean?
You're like you've climbed up the cliff, and now you're looking down. You're a little bit like,
I'm like scared of the heights. What am I gonna do? I'm like scared of the heights now.
How do I jump off? What's my best way I should jump from the top of it? So just go, jump.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta let go. That's the entire thing, bro.
Yeah.
That's like a big philosophy I have because it's really hard sometimes when you understand, like. When you realize like your own power level, sometimes it's really hard to act on it. You know what I mean? Like you can I've gotten to this point now a few times in my life where I get intimidated. I get heavily intimidated by my own power level. It happened with the Hong Kong series because I totally was intimidated because I was like, bro, I just can't. Like, there's no way. You know?
Oh, you're
I mean?
like psyching yourself out.
Well, it's like I had such an incredible vision for it that like it was just so hard to I knew I was like unqualified, you know what I mean?
I see, yeah. I agree.
I knew it was
with that
possible.
Like that feeling where it's like you just got to do it. Like, this is something I've really been trying to emphasize with myself because I'll have a perfect vision of what it is. And I have I know I can get myself like 95% there, but it would be really hard to get the 95%, all right? And so for most videos, when I have a vision for it, I aim for like 75% of what I envisioned. And even if I don't get all the way, 50% is good enough for me because I know that I can't get back into the trap of not posting. And I do that now, but now it's because I have nothing going on. I haven't recorded anything really. Like, I have one video, and I'm actually just like, the reason I'm not finishing it is more to do with like I'm not interested in it enough to finish it, as opposed to like having it like be something I want to finish, and it's like it's like I'm perfect. Like, I've removed my perfectionism almost from my mind somehow.
Yeah. Are you still 19?
Yeah. No, I'm 20.
That's good. So you're the same age I was when I made the H3 video, which is actually, I'm like, in my opinion, I think that should be motivating, like, because, like, I'm just gonna be honest, like, what we're building, in my opinion, here, okay, whatever, maybe it won't manifest, whatever, but like, I'm confident, like, we're gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. This has like way more long-term trajectory than what I had when I was 20, because what happened was I made the H3 video and then I really didn't know what the fuck to do next. You know what I mean? I really didn't. And it's reflected in the content. Like, I made a No Stupid Questions, and honestly, that was good. It was good. And then I made a family vlog, and it was good, but like, views, it flopped, whatever. And then I made another No Stupid Questions, but I was trying to, like, I just didn't know what to do next, really. And so I did the video Vigilante, mumkey, whatever. Basically, like, I just didn't have, like, a support system. I didn't have a bunch of ideas, you know what I mean? I basically was, like, really not super inspired by a ton of shit. Right now, dude, I have way too many ideas, you know what I mean? And I need more people to, like, help realize it, whatever. Yeah, like obviously you're in one of the Snapchat videos. I want to make you like the fucking prezzo of the operation. Like I really fuck with the idea of like the editors are like a meta characters and shit like that.
I wanna get in. I wanna become side character in the lore, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where it's like, I love integrating the people that I'm around into the videos. You know what I mean? Like it's just fun. Like it makes it like more of like a community thing.
I totally agree.
There's a lot of people who like they don't show when someone else edits a video or whatever. They don't advertise it. And on my head, it's just like this is just a cool collaboration. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm trying to like really embrace working with people type of thing.
And I think that's a good mindset. One day I'd like to get to the point where I'm like that guy who just has all the money, who just like pays people to do cool shit. You know, like the producer type deal. Like I'd like to be like a little more hands-on, like a hands-on producer. You have a vision, but here is money to do it, and then I'm gonna tell you sometimes to change something if I think it's cringe. You know, that would be like so like fun to get to that kind of level.
Dude, it is fun.
Yeah.
I can now say it is fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be a cool thing. It's exciting. So you could finish this edit today, and then the video be out tonight or tomorrow. What are we thinking?
Well, it will need to be approved for monetization, which might take a day or two, maybe three. But yeah, that's the plan.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's a good place to end it. We might be getting a video, and we're getting it. It's happening. This is official. There's a video in the next 3 days.
Fuck yeah! This
needs
to happen.
Yeah, it's finished tonight. Gokanaru after this is gonna go live, and he's gonna finish it on stream.
I think there's something poetic about finishing this video tied to a wall.
I don't think Sneako's ever tried editing a video this way. So.
No, Sneako, in my opinion, in my opinion, this is why I opened the video by saying that me and Sneako have a lot in common, because we actually do. We have very similar visions. I think he's someone who has actually given up, in my opinion, he has given up on his creative,
I think
ambitions.
That's true, yeah. What has he done that's cool? Like, some of his Twitter videos have ambition in them a little bit.
But like it seems clear to me that like the streaming did take over his life, and people could argue that for me, but I think that the shit we're about to release kind of shows.
No, they did. Yeah,
we're good.
We're good. Yeah. Like this guy he's succumbed to like the YouTube Shorts mindset. That's what he has. Hit me up with Andrew Tate Goku. Nice. All right. Well, okay. So he's got stuff to do. This was a great call, and I'm glad everyone got to experience this. So yeah, the video's getting dropped. It's happening. It's epic. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. So thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you for having me, Saplo. It was
my pleasure.
Very fun way to procrastinate. I don't regret it. I'm glad, that there's like some people chilling, enjoying it. So
yes.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, now I will actually hit the end stream.